And we're live. Roll up, everybody. Gather, come join. Have you missed me?
Missing someone. Missing someone.
Roll up, everybody. Gather, come join. You know what time it is. It should be in your schedules by now. 10:30, 10:35. One man went to more time. It should be something that you look forward to. So you should be gathered already. It is your man, not your boy. One man went to more. Roll up, gather, come join. Your friendly neighborhood man from Oyoalafe brings you greetings from Yoruba land. This one is for you, Baba Akure. So that one was Baba Akure. So gather, come join everybody. Click on the hyperlink if you want to participate, as some have already done. Say hello as you're coming in, as Rennie has done. Introduce yourself if you are new to the proceedings, and if you're not subscribed already, then why not? Do that immediately and right now. One man went to mow. It is your man, not your boy. Roll up, gather, come join. So let's just get straight into matters because there's plenty to go through today. And we are going first to Aso Rock to speak to the gameplay that is going on there. Buhari tried to play fast and loose and smart Alec with the Nigerian population. They move, of course, to that Abiola space again. That is what they usually throw at the Yorubas. So throw the Abiola thing at the Yorubas again. Remember when they gave us June 12 as a Democracy Day in commemoration of that guy. So they're now using his name again to conjure up and throw again at that June 12 as a make weight or a dousing down of the protest now that seems to be gathering momentum and people signing up for. So to water it down and to tone it down, they have conjured up that Abiola name again. As guys, I bring you this. The documentary recognizing Abiola as winner of 1993 presidential election to premiere on June 12. A headline attributed to the presidency. So they're now going to that show business media digital space to go and confront the people agitating because, of course, that is where they live. So they have now put together, apparently, a documentary that commemorates and celebrates Abiola's person, and of course, that documentary to premiere on June 12. So June 12, of course, a day marked for protest and demonstration against now this barbaric regime that we have in place. But then, of course, they conjured up the name Abiola. Again, the headline, documentary recognizing Abiola as winner of 1993 presidential election to premiere on June 12, a headline attributed to the presidency. So now let's not say now what Wayo MALLAM Buhari is playing. The presidency has announced that a documentary which recognizes late Moshood Kashimawo Abiola as winner of the 1993 presidential election will premiere on June 12. The documentary, titled Nigeria, Consolidating Democracy and National Unity, will be aired on the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) and Channels Television. Presidential spokesperson Garba Shehu said the documentary is to commemorate the 3rd year of officially recognizing June 12 as Democracy Day. The documentary, filmed by Ose Oyemande, an award-winning filmmaker, featuring President Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Tinubu, National Leader of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Abdulsalam Abubakar, former head of state, 2 children of Abiola, Kola and Hafsat, and Mohammed, son of Gani Fawemi, the late human rights lawyer, were also featured in the documentary. So here is the statement now that announces that documentary to sideswipe at the Showore protest for June 12. So here is now the statement from Asurok. The documentary is to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the landmark decision by President Muhammadu Buhari to officially recognize the annulled election and award its winner, Bashorun MKO Abiola, the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, national honor. The statement reads, the film features President Muhammadu Buhari and dignitaries who were central to the annulled election and the events that followed, including General Abdulsalam Abubakar, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, Kola Abiola, Hafsat Abiola Costello, and Mohammed Fawemi, son of legal luminary Chief Gani Fawemi, who was also recognized with the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, GCON, national honor. With sections dedicated to the annulled election, the recognition process and the evolution of the Nigerian democracy from independence in 1960, viewers will be treated to a political documentary on the scale never seen in Nigeria's film and television history, with revelations from key actors. Filmed exclusively in Nigeria and directed by award-winning Nigerian-American Hollywood-based filmmaker Ose Oyemande, the documentary also traces the evolution of Nigeria's democracy and the documentary also traces the evolution of Nigerian democracy and the continuous quest for national unity. Also featured are the children of Sir Tafawa Balewa, the country's first and only prime minister, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the first Republic opposition leader, and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nigeria's first president. Viewers will also see and hear many others, including Ambassador Shehu Malami, nephew of Sir Ahmedu Bello, and son of Sultan Abubakar III, as they capture the spirit of Nigeria's Independence Day as never revealed before. So that is the counterweight that they are throwing in the mix to water down and to just fade away that protest, of course, that people are intent on having on that June 12th. So that is now the counterweight. So what is going to win that day is the question. Showore's protest or Buhari's films, or Buhari's film rather. So gather thoughts on that, but to that space we are still, and Obasanjo speaks out. So Obasanjo, this is not one of the advertised storylines, by the way, but I'm bringing this to you as a bonus story. So to that space we still stay. Obasanjo to secessionist agitators, Nigeria is one country. So that is one headline, but it was even more punchy in another headline. Let me see if I can find where he was more. Okay, I think he was more punchy here. Buhari's Biafra rather / Odudua calls for secession idiotic. So the headline attributed to Obasanjo, so idiots, Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igbo and you and I and anybody else of the thought of having their own nationhood. To be clear, again, the headline, Biafra / Odudua calls for secession idiotic, a headline attributed to Obasanjo. So now let's not see now what Baba Yabo has to say. Former Nigeria President Olusegun Obasanjo Former Nigeria President Olusegun Obasanjo has described calls for Nigeria's disintegration by various groups as idiotic. Correspondents reports that he stated this in Abeokuta, Ogun State, at the luncheon and investiture of Kehinde Isijola as the new chairman of Nigerian Institute of Surveyors, Ogun State chapter, on Wednesday. He faulted calls for secession at a period that Africa gears towards political, social, and economic reintegration. Whilst stated that disintegration is not the solution, Obasanjo warned that the minority groups would suffer. Let me just reread that again. While stated that disintegration is not the solution, Obasanjo warned that minority groups would suffer if the country breaks up. He cited examples of Pakistan, Yugoslavia, and Sudan as countries which have broken away, but yet to find lasting solutions to their problems. Obasanjo said, if there is any Nigerian who does not feel apprehensive over the situation of the country, that person is a human being without being a human being. Without being human, that person is a human being without being human. Any Nigerian who is human will be apprehensive, if not frustrated by the present situation in the country. We are apprehensive about security situation, apprehensive about economic situation, apprehensive about our political situation, and the drum we are hearing is of disintegration. I am a strong believer of one Nigeria, but not one Nigeria at any cost, but one Nigeria where every Nigerian can feel proud that he or she has a stake in the country. No Nigerian is born a slave in this country. No Nigerian is born to be oppressed in this country. And those of us that have shed part of our blood and sweat for this country, we did that because we wanted a country where every Nigerian can claim as his or her own. I believe that if we talk amongst ourselves the way we should, and if we change the narrative, I believe that this country can be great. That we are not making Nigeria what God wants it to be is not the fault of God, but the fault of ourselves, particularly our leaders. One thing that gives us strength is our diversity. If all that we have is Republic of Oduduwa, for those who said so, their position is understandable. If that is all we have, members of that country will be diminished compared to being a Nigerian. Citizens of Oduduwa Republic or any other republic from Nigeria will be diminished compared to being a citizen of Nigeria. In this age and time that we are talking about reintegration of Africa for economic development, disintegration of any country will almost be idiotic. Even if we have Igbo land as independent country, Yoruba land as an independent country, and Hausa Fulani land as an independent country, and as a friend of mine in the military used to say then, what will become of the over 300 minorities, the Jukuns, the Igba, where will they belong? The only reason they can raise up their head is because they belong to Nigeria. Are we talking of them, or are we just being selfish? It doesn't matter what we do, we will still be neighbors. If we had seen it before, India broke into India and Pakistan. They are still at war till today. Yugoslavia was broken into many countries. They haven't sorted it out till today. Sudan was broken into Sudan and South Sudan. I don't believe South Sudan is better for it, and that is the truth. I believe it will cost us less to work for our unity. There are many things wrong, but those things are correctable if we make efforts to correct them and hold us together than what it will cost us to break up and be perpetually at war and all our monies spent on building an army. I know what an army contains. I know what it means to keep an army that may not be productive. Let us think about it. So that is Baba Yabo shooting straight to the point, never missing words. Baba Yabo, of course. So yay or nay, gather your thoughts on that one. On their knees is what Buhari is telling us. That is the position that he has put the American conglomerate, the social media platform called Twitter. So on their knees, as guys, I bring you this, Twitter has reached out for negotiations, federal government. So Buhari apparently has put that mass American giant organization in the Idobale position. This is what they are telling us. The headline again, Twitter has reached out for negotiation. The headline attributed to the federal government. So now let's now see what is being said here. Microblogging and social network giant Twitter has reached out to the federal government for negotiations over the recent suspension of its activities. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed has disclosed. Speaking with State House correspondents after the weekly Federal Executive Council FEC, Mohammed said Twitter had reached out to the government seeking high-level discussions to resolve the issue. He said that he got the message on Wednesday morning. The minister stressed the microblogging platform was suspended because it provided an avenue for people threatening the corporate existence of Nigeria. According to him, the owner of Twitter helped to fuel the recent EndSARS protest whilst allowing the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, use the platform to call for the killing of policemen. He said Twitter failed to take down KANU'S tweets, despite repeated requests to do so. Mohammed listed conditions that must be met even if there is a discussion with Twitter, including that it must now be registered in Nigeria as a business concern. Apart from Twitter, he said other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram must register in the country. He said freedom of speech has not been stifled by the suspension of Twitter, as Nigerians can still use other platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. He dismissed the notion that the suspension is not effective, wondering why Twitter is losing money as a result of the action, if that view is genuine. So that is the view of what is his name? The Kwara boy with the tribal marks. So that is his view. So let me bring you this last narration. This is a Showbiz politics sort of narration. So it looks as though show business is now infiltrating into politics now. So how is asking to leave Nigeria considered a declaration of war? A rapper called LD is the one asking as he defends Ipob's demand. So LD, I've never heard of him before. ELDEE, LD is what he calls himself. Another what's up, and yo, but it's not what's up in and yo in this time around. He's speaking to politics. As the headline again, how is asking to leave Nigeria considered a declaration of war? A headline attributed to a rapper called LD in defense of the IPOB demand. So now let's now meet LD. Rapper LD has defended IPOB's demand for secession of the southeast region of the country from Nigeria. The rapper, who wondered why asking to leave Nigeria is considered a declaration of war, stated that such claim is like forcing a wife to stay in a marriage she no longer wants and threatening her with physical abuse for asking to leave. LD also asked if Boko Haram and other self-declared terrorists have not done enough to be treated in a language that they understand. So this is this guy now. Let's just read. I'm not quite sure if he's saying this on Twitter. So this is let's just read through where this commentary is coming from. This looks like a tweet to me. So it might well be flouting a law already. So this is what he says. I have never really had a public opinion on IPOB, but I need someone to help me understand how asking to leave Nigeria is considered a declaration of war. I know one do again is simply that. Or am I missing something? I am sure I am. It is like trying to force a wife to stay in a marriage she no longer wants and threatening her with physical abuse if she's asking to leave. Apparently, Boko Haram and other self-declared terrorist groups have not done enough to be worthy of being dealt with in a language that they understand. Neither is the rapidly growing kidnapping industry. I keep trying to face my front, but the ridiculousness of it, all can't allow a man to focus. You keep thinking you've seen and heard the worst from Nigeria, and then every single day, people are being kidnapped, killed, and properties are being destroyed. No real reaction from the presidency, but how dare Twitter deletes the tweet of a president that is threatening a group of his people with war? Everyone eye don't clear now, including all of us who were convinced into believing that Nigeria will be better off with a man with good intentions. I still wouldn't support a second Goodluck Jonathan term, but Baba don't fail woefully like his military colleagues before him, maybe even worse. So, and then it goes on with an image of somebody holding the word fail on a placard. So that is the opening salvo. So let's just get straight into it. But Baba Akure, we see you. I played you. I hope you heard what I played you, Baba Akure. Let me. No, hold on. Let me bring you in properly. Let me remove you and bring you in properly, Baba Akure. Hold on. I have to bring Baba Akure in properly. So Baba Akure, let me bring you into let me bring you in properly. Oh yeah, we're dancing. Oh yeah. So that's for you, Baba Akure. No one accuse me of being partial. What is his name? Morris has his own Nzobo chanting. Baba Akure has his own Yoruba dancing. So everybody equal. So to this. Sorry. Let me bring in engineer because he has something to tell us. So let me actually sorry. Let me just get this right. That's it. So yes. So we start off with you, Baba Akure, just the narrative, and then we'll loop it round as it's set up on the screen. So Baba Akure, good to see you.
Thank you very much. You know, I always say that I always leave you guys earlier, right? Because the time different anyway.
Yeah, and commitments. Yeah. So yeah.
Anyway, let me start with issue of Abiola. We all know that Abiola won the election. The whole world know that. So the story they are trying to bring out now is not what we really want. They just want to use that to just bribe people and just to push on the tension down. However,
yes, you know they're planning a protest for that June 12th, which about 30 states have signed up for. So of course they've now put everybody at home watching this big. But sorry, carry on.
The issue is that people are not going to buy to that. That is just the point. People are not going to buy to that because these people, they know how to play their game. But and I do hope that Nigeria will really wake up at this time, and particularly Igbo and Yoruba. I really wish, particularly youths, I really think they can wake up, because I always draw a reference to that EndSARS protest. What happened at that time is very disturbing, because I would be emphasizing on this every single time. Ordinary eat and you will shit it away within few hours. Our politicians kept this food. Why people are suffering, feeling hungry? When I see a lot of things, sometimes I just I just shed tears. I would just be thinking it like this and see what I just think about what people are going through and what our politicians are doing. What I would just be running out of my eye. As I always say, I don't have any problem. I live comfortable where I am, but millions of people want to be in even in 1/4 of the position I am. When I see people like that, it is very barbaric. So now they want to use June 12th now to bribe us again. We all know.
But the sad thing is they will succeed, you know, because the Nigerian mind is easily moved and their tempers easily cooled. They will just pat them on the head and give them a side hug and they will forget everything. You know what Nigerians are like.
That is true, but me, I cannot really forget it. Okay, now look at what the reference I just draw now. Many people already forgot what happened on the NSAS, particularly about that issue of ordinary food. While here, people are distributing food because they know what is going on, that things are very hard. Even you will see some churches, they will come to your house. My church came to my house and bring food to my house, even despite the fact that I'm working. But our politician kept food. Even the politicians here, they go out to house. They know how much they give to those people that they don't, okay, these people that cannot afford this, they give them money. But what our own does did at that time, they hoard the food, ordinary food, common food. But many Nigerians already forget about what I'm saying now. Millions of them.
That is the one thing that the rulers will always have over the Nigerian people. They will flog them, and they will cry, and then they will give them sweet, and then they will forget it, and then they will flog them, cry. You know, Nigerians, they take Nigerians are used to sufferhead. Is really we should rename that country to sufferhead nation of Africa. They love suffering.
You see that video you play, right? That video you play, right? When I bumped to that video this morning, I was shedding tears. That where did we go wrong? But now, if our king, if you see that king, that was when he visited UK. But now, if any king want to go to UK now with his entourage, with his family like that, the way he went to UK with his chief and his daughter, they will scrutinize them to the last point, believing that they want to run away. That is the position we find ourselves today. And who calls all this? The same politician now that is trying to bribe us with June 12th. We all know that. We almost know who killed Abiola. Because I was watching documentary the other day where Falana was interrogating Rambo.
Yes. Well, we know who killed his wife. It was Sergeant Rogers. He admitted it himself at the Oputa panel.
When Falana was asking Rambo, put him on hot bench. In that question, I mean the answer to the question, the guy cannot even defend himself. They ask him, how dare you give somebody, I mean foreigner, because it was based on the question they put to this guy, it was Condoleezza Rice that served Abiola the tea. Then they question him, how do you allow foreigner to come and serve Abiola the tea? This is all what we know. The documentary is there, which is pointing to them. And they cannot do it alone. They cannot do it alone because they will also bargain with our people. Then they want to bribe us with that of June 12th. Those people that they call, what do we call this man from Ondo, that you just mentioned. No, from Ondo town. This lawyer.
Oh, Fawemi, Gani.
Even if they raise him up from his graveyard, it will
look at what they've done. They've been very clever. All of the key names. I mean, what name do Yoruba people romance with other than the name Awolowo? So they've gotten Awolowo's children, they've gotten Tafawa Balewa's children, the Abiola himself that you are complaining about, they got 2 of his children and they put them in front of video and packed them with dollars and told them to betray their family. And of course, I mean, you can't cry more than somebody else's the bereaved. You can't take a Panadol for somebody else's headache. So if the son of the man is saying everything is okay, then who are you to be crying on behalf of their family? So you see what they've done?
Yeah, that is true. But we are not talking about the issue of Abiola now. We already put that at past. We are talking about our own future.
But have we put it at the past? You remember that it was when they were in big trouble that they brought up that name Abiola and they declared June 12, yes, as a democracy day, and that doused down the trouble at that time. So they know that the Yorubas, they want recognition of Abiola's presidency. So you will not be surprised that on that June 12, Buhari will declare him president. Posthumously.
I'm not going to dispute that.
This is politics at the highest level.
You are right. I'm not going to dispute that, but it's not going to solve any problem that we are in right now.
No, you'll be surprised though. I'm telling you that Nigerians, they are very quick to forget and they're very quick to be doused down. They'll just douse them. You'll see the whole of the television will be consumed with romantic stories about how great Abiola was. What a noble thing. Obasanjo was not able to do it. Good luck, Jonathan was not able to do it, but Buhari did it because he loved the Yorubas.
Let me tell you something, one man. There is no doubt about what you are saying, but is it going to be the same cankers of thieves? You get what I'm saying? Okay, now look at the referendum. I mean, look at the amendment they did about 2 weeks ago. Who do they invited?
Which amendment?
Public hearing about constitutional amendment.
Oh yeah.
Whom they call thieves? Those that belong to their cankers. Do they call anybody from those agitators? Do they call any of them? Do they call any student that is suffering? Do they call anybody the one woman that is selling atarodo on the street? Do they call them? Those who are in the same camp and the same party they call.
Okay, Baba Akure, just still in that arena, Biafra / Oduduwa calls for secession idiotic. This is what Obasanjo is saying. So those of you calling for Oduduwa nation and Biafra nation, idiots, according to the former president, you stand accused to defend yourself.
I read about it today in I think in Vanguard.
It's all over the. I can post it here. I have 3 copies from several papers. Let me post one in the comment room. Yeah.
Actually, when I read that, I said he's just talking for himself because he is not talking for me. He's not talking on behalf of me. He cannot tell us what to do. He almost close to his grave. So he should leave. Those we know that they believe that these are the people that in front of people in in front in Yoruba, they believe that these are the elders in Yorubas. But these people cannot dictate for us now. This agitation, they cannot control it. So he's just talking whatever he feels because he is benefiting. So is this the outcome of their meeting they had yesterday? That those who are agitating, they don't know what they are doing. That Igbo don't know what they are doing. Yoruba don't know what they are doing. Because he is not feeling any heat. I strongly believe that he will have some blocks of.
Do you feel that if he feels that he has invested too much in the Nigerian project, because if you look at Obasanjo, all of his life has been the Nigerian project. So of course, you can see how he would want to take that position. This is somebody that fought a civil war, presided over the country for at least maybe about 10 years. If we add the civilian period to his military period, so he invested a lot of his life in that space. So maybe he's speaking from that point of view.
Well, you are very right. You are very right. Some people also said to me that, oh, if you look at the house they built in Abuja, and if we divide, we are going to Igbo and Yoruba is going to be at loss. I said, just forget about that. You see that? You see somebody who has not built.
And let them hold the Abuja now, and then we go and rebuild our own place.
Exactly. That was what I told the guy. I said, you see, the building they have not built is the most beautiful one to those that already built. So just forget about that. If that is your problem, we need like one of the Igbo guys said here the other day, we want our peace. You know, if you have peace, if you are drinking your gari with palm kernel. I don't know if you know what they call. I don't know if you know palm kernel. At school, when we are very young, we always go and crack palm kernel and put it in our gari. If you are eating that with rest of mind, you will grow fat. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, Baba Akure, I'll tell you somebody else that is after rest of mind. On their knees, they are in the Idobale position. You know, Martin Bebe is what Lai Mohammed is telling us about our Twitter. Is telling us now that they have brought the American conglomerate to their knees, and right now, as we speak, the chairman CEO of Twitter is on his knees with Buhari's leg on his head as he pleads to re-enter the Nigerian space. So, Lai Mohammed saying that Twitter are seeking to come back in.
Thank you very much. I read that as well. You get what I'm saying? Lai Mohammed is not the person that you can take his word for whatever he say. You see what he said? It is opposite side. That is what I said. We've been monitoring this man for the past 6 years now. Anything he tells you, if he tell you good morning, check your time. Make sure that it is the morning, because he might be talking in another word. It might be evening and greeting you good morning. It is Nigeria. We lose big time.
Everybody loses though, because Nigeria is a big market for Twitter. You have to understand this. You know, there's one statistic that will tell you that will shock you. Nigerians, they have over 115 million people signed up for internet use. So that's not to say that has phone, but signed up for data to use the internet. That is the market, 115 million. This is why I'm trying to drive this market. 115 million people, you know, and you know how vociferous Nigerians are, how virulent they are with consuming information. So a huge market. We must never underplay the size of that market.
One man, I understand your point. I still maintain my point that Lai Mohammed is talking from opposite side. I will still repeat it. If he say he should have said Pastor Adeboye and Kumuyi and their girlfriend and this one in Safara begging him. I'm not going to doubt there may be some condition that they may have a consensus with Twitter, but for Twitter coming to them to beg them, lie. It is those big people. Remember, did you watch House of Senate's panel section yesterday when people walked out of the
I saw the headline.
These are the things that put them on prayer. Don't mind them.
And the Americans are warning them that, look, reverse this thing quickly or there'll be consequences.
Yeah, exactly, because they are not going to get their what do they call this thing?
The tukuna.
No, the little stipend that they always send to them, they are not going
to remember, we still have our fighter jets there. They still have their fighter jets there.
Exactly. Remember, it was UK, Canada, European Union fighting them now. So all what he's saying is just talking the opposite side. It is all these pastors, they be using
abracadabra.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of people use it.
Remember in 2015, 2016, when Buhari was in London for like 6 months or so, that everybody was saying that he has cancer, etc. And Lai Mohammed was telling us that he's hale and hearty, And Buhari came back and told us that that is the sickest that he has ever been.
Exactly.
So hail and hearty, and the sickest he has ever been. Thank you, Baba Akure. Let's quickly whiz through people. Ajanle Koko, we see you. So to the narrative, have you been following, and what are your commentaries? Ajanle Koko.
Okay, where are we starting from?
Oh, if you have been listening, then just speak with whichever sport tickled you the most.
Okay, with the June 12th. I think that this man is, this administration, Buhari administration, is running out of their game.
But do you not think? Hold on. Do you not think it's a clever gambit, though? The whole country is they're really organizing very hard for a protest in June 12th, and the platform, the conduit that they used to organize protestations in Nigeria is Twitter. So they shut that down because Twitter opened that window by deleting Buhari's tweet. I bet you by June 13 will be the day that they lift that ban, but not up to June 12 because they don't want them coordinating that protest using Twitter, which is the tool that they use. And then going on from there, to keep people busy and entertained and to speak to a nostalgia that is Nigeria, they've now went and bought this very expensive American filmmaker to do this epic romantic narrative about the Nigerian space, which they will play on all the national platforms on June 12th. So the narrative will be about that. So very clever. This is a gambit, this is politics.
Well, they are trying to act clever, but
are they succeeding?
They are not clever at all.
Okay.
They would have been more clever if at the beginning of this administration, if they have opened up dialogue for restructuring. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe what they are doing now will have played well with Nigerian people, particularly Yoruba people. Look, Yorubas has got to a point now. Yoruba has got to a point.
We can hear you. Just
okay.
Quickly so that we can go through everybody else here.
Yeah, Yoruba has got to a point with this administration. Everybody is tired of this administration. Everybody have understood their game, that they are liars, and they want to do everything to continue their Fulanization agenda. So all their claim, they are playing into gallery. It can't help them. Look, let me tell you.
Hold on. Yeah. Stay where you are. Yeah. On that point, they are playing to the gallery. Yes, I agree. But will it work or not is really where the question is. You have to understand that. Hold on, Ajanle Koko. You have to understand that the average Nigerian is not to your level of functioning. So it will not work on somebody like you, but it will speak to the nostalgia of the mind of the simpler person. And the simpler person is the mass majority in Nigeria. It will chime with the man on the streets. This is what I'm suggesting to you.
Well, to some that believe in them, they are APC members, or some gullible Nigerians that are still believe.
Put a percentage to that. The gullible Nigerians, in percentage terms, what population is that gullible Nigerian in percentage terms of the population of the country? So what percentage would you say are gullible within the space?
Well, if you want to break it down, then we want to break it into pieces completely, because you have
no. Just say it in broad strokes. Just give a broad stroke percentage to it.
Maybe like 30%.
You think only 30% are gullible in Nigeria? I would say 75% of Nigerians are gullible.
Okay, cool. You might be right, but let me tell you, with what is happening in the Southwest, in Yoruba land today, Yorubas are not happy with this administration because we can see the killing of Yoruba by these herdsmen everywhere. So the one they did in Igagan on Sunday is still there. Everybody is still going through the pain. They did another one yesterday in Shagamu, or maybe a day before yesterday in Shagamu. There are some videos
No. What happened in Shagamu? Because I followed that story a bit as well. What happened in Shagamu was that some lady got missing. The attribution was made to the Fulanis, and then the irate youths, they went to their settlement and they burnt the place down. So the reason why people feel that it will be the Fulanis that actually stole that woman, kidnapped her, etc., was that when these youths got to the settlements of the Fulanis in Shagamu to burn it down, they noticed that the Fulanis had cleared away their women and children, which then told them that there was an anticipation of a reprisal, which then gives the attribution of that missing woman to them. So a complex thing going on in Shagamu.
So what I'm saying in essence is that, you see, the game they are playing, they are not playing at the right time. They are playing at the wrong time, and it's going to yield them a wrong result. You see, most of Nigerians doesn't even have electricity to wash anything. When you are talking about the common people that can watch this thing, that, you know, if they start talking about June 12th and all the rest of it, maybe they can start saying, oh, okay, oh, they recognize Abiola. But now, majority of those poor people, they don't have electricity. And another thing that is going to happen, the Yoruba Nation agitators, they are having their own rally. They are going to be demonstrate. There's going to be demonstration on June 12th as well across the Yoruba land. They are saying it. I was watching them. I was watching some video this morning. They are saying on June 12th, they are coming out to demonstrate against this administration and to continue to propagate their agitation. So this government is playing to gallery. People are not stupid. People can see what is going on. They have failed completely. They promised Nigerian before they assume office of restructuring. They didn't take on restructuring. All the position, strategic position in government are all manned by Fulani. Everybody,
you know, we have never had that thing before, because the federal character policy is the cornerstone of the Nigerian constitution, because that speaks to the multiplicity of ethnicity that we have within the Nigerian space. So that federal character has completely been jettisoned by this administration. We have never experienced anything like this before. Totally incompetent people, and the only thing that qualifies them for senior positions in government is tribe and religion. But before you go on to the next thing, Ajan Lekoko, Alexander is quite pressed to have you address this, because he heard you talking about it maybe yesterday or so. Quickly to the space. I'm not sure if you can see the question on your screen. So this is what Alexander is asking you to address. He says, one man, please have Ajan Lekoko explain to us the owners of Lagos, interested and impatient to know from his perspective. So he heard you talking to that space, because you came to challenge me on that the first time you came on, didn't you? So Alexander would like you to flesh more details on that. So just quickly, just to give us a brief understanding of exactly who Lagos belongs to, but just in quick words.
Lagos belongs to Yoruba people. Yorubas are the owners of Lagos. When anybody comes to Lagos, you come to buy land, you buy the land from Yoruba, isn't it? Or do you buy from Igbo, or you buy from Hausa? You buy from Yoruba. And when we talk about Omonile, who are the Omonile? They are Yorubas. So by history and geography, Lagos is Yoruba land. So
do you know a bit about the history of the Yorubas in that space? Do you know how long we have occupied the space? Is there some history to it? And essentially, do you know who the Awori people are? because their intonation is somewhat funny to the Yoruba language. You can still hear them, but at a stretch. So do you know anything about the history of that space?
Yeah, they are worried people. They are from Ile-Ife. They migrated from Ile-Ife. So Yoruba, the Yoruba we speak today is Yoruba of Oyo. Even if the people of Ile-Ife speak their own Yoruba, nobody can understand it. It's close to like speaking Bini or speaking Ondo, you know. So what we speak today as Yoruba is Oyo's dialect, you know, Yoruba language. So the Aworis, the way they speak their own Yoruba is, you know, you cannot even understand it, you know. Even we among Yoruba, we don't really understand, but they are from Ile-Ife. The history is very clear. So,
all right. Thank you for that.
Yoruba. Yeah.
So thank you for that. Back to the politics. Idiot is Obasanjo's, just one word, idiot. This is what Obasanjo's response to agitations for Biafra.
Did he actually call them idiot?
No,
you're framing it like that.
No, hold on. I'll pop it in the comment section now so you can read it yourself. That is even the headline. It says Biafra / Yoruba, those calling for secession, Biafra / Yoruba, those calling for secession are idiots. This is the headline. You can see it on your screen.
Okay. All right. You see,
Baba Yabo shooting from the hip. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
we can.
You see, Obasanjo calling them idiot. I think that is outrageous of him. It's not a good use of language. But I can understand what Obasanjo, where he's coming from. He's a national leader. And I will not expect him to support the breakup of Nigeria. So, and we know that Obasanjo has stood up and very strongly against this administration for not
for their Fulanization agenda.
For
yes.
Actually, he's the first person that raised that alarm, saying that this Buhari agenda is Fulanization and Islamization of Nigeria. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Obasanjo is
they were calling him an alarmist." Yes, they were calling him an alarmist.
Not the right person to say that. He was one of those that destroyed Nigeria. He's the one that put Buhari there. He fight every leader that after him and stuff like that. But you know, but a lot of us Nigerians, like, instead of taking the message, most of the time we want to kill the messenger. So, but we are
our eye don't clear. Our eye don't clear. So, as they say in Warri Central.
Yes. So we have seen it clearly now, but I can still.
But is it too late
to do what?
To do what? Too late?
No, are we seeing it too late? Are they too advanced in the process of Fulanization for us to effectively do anything? Because we saw what happened in Igangan. We are bringing Shagamu now, and the whole of Igbo land is surrounded by soldiers, so they are well in advance.
It's not too late. It's just what we need to do as people is for all of us to stand up against this tyrannic administration. This administration is the worst administration in the history of that country.
Do you think this administration will make it to 2023?
Well, it's two ways. I have it two ways to it. They could want to use force or all means to make it to 2023. But what I know is that agitation for Biafra and agitation for Yoruba land will continue to grow on daily basis, and they will continue to go down on daily basis. So you see the contradiction that they will continue to go down on daily basis, why that agitation will continue to grow on daily basis. Look at Sunday Igbo, the campaign he did in Ondo State, in Akure. Look at the large crowd that came to welcome that guy. Look at the one he did in Ekiti.
Ajanle Koko, what they did in Ngogon is the biggest gift that anybody could have given Sunday Igboho, because now even the people that were sitting on the fence, for somebody to come into Yoruba land, into Oyo, and do what they did, that is the biggest recruitment. He only has to go around now with those videos and play it to everybody, and everybody is...
Yes. So the agitation for Yoruba nation will continue to grow. It is now getting clearer to everybody. A lot of people now that, oh, yes, what these agitators were saying, it is true. Look at the way they are killing our people. So this administration, they will continue to go down every day, in and out. So
okay. So according to Lai Mohammed, the person that is not agitating is the CEO of Twitter. Lai Mohammed will have us have it that as we are speaking now, the CEO of Twitter is in Aso Rock on his knees in front of Buhari. So he's telling us that they are calling for negotiations essentially. So true or false?
That man is a blatant liar. He's a blatant liar. Who is going to believe him? I know that you yourself, you don't believe that man. He has been lying for this administration. He has been, and everybody have known.
I don't say I don't believe him, because I know the economic. I don't know, but I can guesstimate the economic value of the Nigerian space to Twitter. So they will just go with the money. They don't care. If they need to beg them, they'll just beg them and just say, yeah.
One man, Nigerians stand to lose more. Nigerians stand to lose more because a lot of companies, a lot of organizations like the banks and other organizations in Nigeria have social media department now that create jobs, that all they do is just to sit down there and respond to Twitter or whatever people that transact business on social media with them. So those people are going to lose job, and the organization are going to lose. You see, I was watching what is this TV station this morning?
Arise.
Arise. And they said that Nigeria stand to lose 7.2 billion naira by this the action they have taken against Susa. Yes. So Nigeria is not the biggest population in the world. China is bigger. India is bigger.
No, they don't have Twitter in China. They don't have Twitter in China. They don't have Twitter in China.
Okay, in India. In India is 1.2 billion population, and they use Twitter. And we have other countries in Egypt and other bigger population in Africa and in South Africa where they are even more prosperous, where they make more money than Nigeria.
Exactly.
So Nigeria is going to lose more economically. People will lose jobs. The economy will be losing money. So we have people in government that don't care. They don't have no ideas. They don't have any idea to rescue Nigeria out of this economic problem that we are going through. All they are interested in is just to have power, fulanize strategic position in Nigeria, and that's it. And continue to lose.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. Engineer, we see you. Where's that big smile that you usually have for us? Engineer, turn that frown upside down and speak to the platform. So, Engineer, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, one man. And
good evening.
In the other area, I say good morning.
All right. So
it is still 7 p.m.
Okay.
There you are. The whole world is represented on this platform. So to the narrative and then to the space, I think you had something to say as well. So just take it. The floor is yours. So just approach it however you choose.
Okay. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to come on your PlayStation, to be honest. And also, I just want to, before I start, I would like to request a little permission from you and from the viewers and from anybody watching this all around the world. Please, you see, what one man is doing here is something that is helping every Nigerians, and it's something that is uniting every individuals, regardless of the language, regardless of the religion, regardless of the country where everybody they are. So it's something that we need to appreciate it, because with this kind of platform, it unites us and it gives us idea and it encourages us. It's like it's building our eyes. We can see what is going on in the country, our lovely country Nigeria, that is being demolished now. But what I'm just trying to say here, I'm just asking everybody, please and please, in terms of using some foul language, please. I know everybody's upset, but please, can we be mindful of using foul language, please and please? Because we know people are upset. Everybody are upset. I'm upset. But it's just to make this grow, to make this well known to the world that we Nigerians, we value our country, and we love the country to be in peaceful way. We love the country to be the same Nigeria that it's supposed to be. And also,
engineer, you also have concerns that there's an overemphasis on Fulanese, and especially just dark words in the direction of the Fulanese. So you're not saying that there are no Fulanese to be blamed, but you're a bit concerned that the entirety of that people are being captured in one narrative, even though it's only the criminals within that society that is committing a lot of these atrocities.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying then was, you see, when you come to to this platform, 99% of everybody on air that is coming to this platform, we always use Fulani as the terrorists and the whatever, which we knew what is happening in the country. But in terms of, please, in terms of security wise, we need to be minded and mindful of what comes out from our mouth. Because I remember some time ago, we all said we welcome everybody to come into this platform and have a discussion.
Exactly, that is what we want, yeah.
To the stage, we said we welcome all the Northerners to come in. But if we keep pointing finger on one person, they will be scared to come in, because at the end of the day, if they come in, it's going to be like a disaster to them. So if we should be very, very mindful of what we say. We know what is happening. We know that, yes, 80%, 90% of issues coming from the north side. But please, we should be very mindful. If we can agree some time ago to say we welcome them to come in and give their own opinion and to give us idea why is maybe there are people doing this to Nigerian. But at the end of the day, the same way again, we keep pointing finger on them.
Are you saying?
Hold on, please. Let him have the space to express himself. Engineer,
are you saying we should not say exactly what this man is doing wrong?
No. Can you hold on, because he did not interrupt anybody when they were.
We are not saying we shouldn't say what he did wrong. Some time ago, we clarify ourselves here. We said we welcome them to come to this platform and talk. From there, we can have idea. We can know what is going on. But if we keep saying they're bad, they this, they kill us, they this and that, they'll be scared to come into the platform. That's what
Engineer, are you a little bit concerned that some of the language that you hear, not just on this platform, but generally within the social media space, some of the language, does it concern you that it might well lead to people now just attacking Fulani people, not minding whether they're criminal or not? Do you think it could lead to people coming to physical harm?
Yeah, it could or it could not. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because if you look at it properly, very well, right? We have, regardless of the Fulanis, they didn't go to school, but we still have 2 to 3% that are educated and they read, they write. And the same Fulani, we still have some of them that get married to Yoruba, some married to Igbo, some married to the Middle Belt. So if we are saying things like this at times, we should be very mindful. We know the country is in the mess, but it's not only the Fulani that messed it. We still have the Middle Belt leaders, they're in government. We still have the Igbo leaders, they're in government. We still have the Yoruba leaders, they're in government. So if we are saying things like this, we have to be very, very mindful of what we said. In terms of our language, I keep saying it, please. Because
all right. Thank you, engineer. I know you were quite keen to say that because I know you have some concerns. So now to this stage, this documentary that they are having with regards to
one man.
Hold on. No, just let him.
No, can I respond a little bit to
no, don't, because
okay.
he just wanted to put that out there and he has done. So just give him that grace. So to the politics of it, this Abiola said that they want to do a big documentary on Abiola on June 12 when people are looking to protest. So is that politics, would you say, or what do you think the game is there?
You see, I always say something about our Nigerian leaders, to be honest. When you come to think about it, I think, was it yesterday or today, they said Nigeria launched a mobile phone and they gave it to the Buhari himself.
Yes, I saw that as well.
That's number one deceive. You see, I believe right now they can see it clearly that it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. And the leaders, they knew that, yes, Nigeria people are beginning to come together. The Igbos, the Yorubas, the Middle Belt, they're becoming together now. It's just a little time that they just need to exploit. Because at the end of the day, when they come up with the idea of June 12, now it's mobile phone, from mobile phone to June 12. Come on, who are they fooling? Who are they fooling? This is why I keep saying, for example, what happened yesterday, the same thing. How can 34 cows, they fly from all the way to North in a private jet to Bayelsa? Come on, where did they follow? How? So it's just, come on, they shouldn't be doing this. I keep saying it. They will keep bringing different methods. Now the new is coming. Things are getting tough. It's getting out of hand. And I bet you, to be honest, it's time for youth to mobilize themselves, go to these people and tell them enough is enough.
But the engineer, the youths are mobilizing, but Obasanjo is calling them idiots. The agitation for Oduduwa Republic and Biafra, idiots is what Obasanjo says in a huffy tone.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Obasanjo uttered that kind of statement, you should know that the failure started from him. That's the truth. If the failure didn't start from Obasanjo, he wouldn't be able to start requesting to go for the third tenure. That's just the truth. He started the issue of crisis in that country. If you look at it properly, we know that the country is into a little issue, but Obasanjo is one of the person who contributed to this failure of the country. So as a leader like that, people well known in Africa, using that kind of language, to be honest, it's just a disgrace to the Nigerian people as well.
And the other person that you may or may not think is a disgrace to the Nigerian people, Lai Mohammed, he says that they now have Twitter on their knees and begging. So Twitter begging to come back, according to the Minister of Information and Culture. What is your reading of that? What is your response to that?
I believe his name can tell. I always said his nickname is Liar. So his real name is Lai Mohammed. So what's the difference between that? You know, it's just so sad that people of that kind of age, that they're supposed to be at home or in the farm, getting some sweet corn and they're boiling hot corn and, you know, and fruit.
Yes, you know, roasting yam and drinking palm wine. This is what they should be doing.
I said it time will turn number. These people, they have reached to that stage. They have gotten to that stage. is just for them to go out. And I keep saying it because the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out every single day. They don't know what to do. They're confused. They're confused. But remember, that's a stage that when you get with your age, your mindset will start playing up.
Dementia. Are you saying it's demented?
Yes, it's more than dementia. That's what is affecting them now.
Yeah. Saying that Twitter is kneeling down here in Aso Rock here.
Did they know the definition of Twitter? That's where you need to start from.
No, yeah, this is it, because it thinks, maybe it thinks it's talking to idiots. We're talking about, because Ovie always says something in here that it is corporations that will rule the world, not countries. And what he's saying in essence is that some of these companies, they are not so big that they will shape your country even without leaving their offices in Silicon Valley, because they control the news, they control the narrative of your space, and they control everything. This is essentially it. And what controls the space more than Twitter?
The greatest mistake they made was to send those terrorists to attack in Yoruba land. That's where everything now will be exposed clearly.
Yes, no, that was a big mistake.
That's the greatest mistake, because they can get away with it in the south. They can go to Igbo land, massacre people if they want to. If people want to come out, they say, "Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is this, is that, blah blah blah." Now I think they send them to the same south, but they made an error to go to Yoruba land and blow up.
You know why it's a big mistake, engineer? It's a big mistake, especially because Yoruba control the large percentage of the media space in that country, and they can shape the narrative in whichever form they want.
Not even that. When you come to in terms of election in that country, come on, Yorubas, Igbo can't do without Yoruba, Hausa can't do without Yoruba. Let's be honest to ourselves. You understand? But now the blow they made is going to Yoruba land and to commit that atrocity,
and that was a planned attack, by the way, because they said close to 100 of them came. So that is not just some bunch of criminals. That is a planned attack. Yeah.
Come to think about it, the Fulani man that was there in that seat. If you look at it, all Nigerian uniform men, custom men, if you look at their history, they're all Fulanis.
Of course, this is the thing.
To the stage, the Hausa now, the Hausa can't say a word.
Look at you, engineer. You were pleading the Fulani's case now, and then you are conspiring against them again. What do you want?
I'm not comparing because I have.
You are telling us they're all dangerous, and you are telling us to love them. What you want us to love them, and you are saying they're all dangerous.
I have friends that they are Northerners. They do call me to tell me what is happening in the country, which is sad. It's really sad, because at the end of the day, the Hausas, they can't say a word because they thought the Fulanis will help them. And this is why when this incident is happening now, it's like a slap to their face. And that's why you see the slap now, they made a mistake again, going to Yoruba land to commit atrocity. That's the final one.
All right. Thank you, engineer. Let me shuffle you and Ajan Lekoko because there's so many people waiting.
No problem.
Engineer, stay with us. You know, we always want to hear more from you. So I'll shuffle Ajan Lekoko and engineer to bring in two voices that have been waiting whilst we hear Ola. So Ola, you are up now.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello. We can.
Yeah. So I will start my comment from Obasanjo because it is unfortunate, even though I know he has his weaknesses, but Obasanjo is a person that I so much like, despite his deficiencies. You know, it is actually Obasanjo constitution, this 1979 constitution, that was manipulated to give us 1999 constitution. So I don't expect him to say something otherwise, but I would like to make reference from all those extreme examples he made using Pakistan and South Sudan. That's an insult, because I will prove it to you. Now, before the British Empire, or let me say the Western world, brought India and China to their feet. You know, the narration is that people believe that, oh, China and India, they are emerging economy. No, they are reimagining. Before the First World War, these were the people that were responsible for almost 70% of the global trade. Until the British captured India, and they used this Opium War and several wars to bring China down to the extent that China could no longer go beyond 4% of the global trade. Now, for India now to rise, when they were trying to rise, now Pakistan, for example, they wanted religion. And that religion were the basis of disruption in their land. And fortunately for them, they were able to break, I think in the year 1947, to get their independence. Now, compare the growth of India today and that of Pakistan. India now today is the 5th largest economy globally.
And no, we know that. Don't take us too far down the garden path.
I'm not taking you too far. I'm just telling you how our leaders can use some metric to manipulate our mind. Now, when you are saying we are not going to be better for it, is Obasanjo telling me that India of today is worse than what they used to be before 1947? Definitely no.
No, there are some points that he made that you might want to reflect on. He's saying that essentially, if you have this secession, you will be permanently in a state of war against each other. And he cited the Indian-Pakistan never-ending war as an example of that, along with the unrest and that is in the former Yugoslavia region and, of course, South Sudan on the cusp of being a failed state. Do you want me to let you take that call?
No, don't worry. No, I'm telling someone to pick up the call. So are we not in war in Nigeria presently? Even before now, we used to have different type of war, religious war, and all those things that we've never agreed. Even war is not about carrying weapon alone. We can have psychological war, you know, that you create through injustice, that you change people's minds, you change people's destiny, that you never allow people to achieve the objective and goals in life. So why it's not only when you carry weapon alone. There are different type of war ideology. You want to change someone's religion, you want to impose yourself, you want to conquer people. That one is war already. Whether by secession or whether we are united together, if we do not get our framework right, there will always be war. So I don't buy that. Secession doesn't mean that we are not going to cooperate with other African countries. Far from that.
But they don't want you to secede, and they are giving you a documentary to celebrate Abiola, to romance you back into the Nigerian fold. So the Buhari documentary versus the June 12th protest, that is what is going to play out on Saturday. Who do you think the winner will be? The documentary or Showore and his bunch of placard carrying mob?
Now, we should understand that who are the beneficiaries of one Nigeria, for example. If you are not going to succeed, to whose benefit? To the likes of OBJ with their Operation Feed the Nation and land and use that they use to acquire Nigeria.
Are you saying Operation Feed the Nation was a bad policy? Are you saying that?
Well, you know, policies.
Was it a bad policy?
Wait, the policy can go. You can come with two good things. You can have intended consequence, and you can have unintended consequence. So, as you have it right by, so someone can give you good policy while he has something that he wanted to do underneath with himself. Because now, how do you explain how Obasanjo managed to acquire land today? If you go to Ogun State, oh, this is Obasanjo land. If you go to this Obasanjo land, and even when Omonile wanted to even acquire your land, they will hide under OBJ and they use all those things. So those are still part of the extended consequences of that Operation Feed the Nation that Obasanjo did as far back as 1977, 1978. So don't let me take you far from that. So they are the beneficiaries of one Nigeria. And they will do everything to keep Nigeria one, because giving power to the people is like talking of the French Revolution and all those revolutions that liberated and gave power to the people. So they don't want that. You know, so now this issue of divide and conquer, or maybe the divide and rule that they are trying to do. Like I said something, you see, your forum is one of the forum to really educate Nigeria. You see, you may be saying, okay, maybe I don't have more than 600 viewers. See, as you speak, there are some people that will come here because the more you keep telling people the truth, the more the thing keeps sinking into them and start changing the orientation. You know, even the Bible says that
the only way that will happen, when I keep telling you guys to subscribe and you don't, there are 200 people in here. I'm pretty sure not more than 20 of them are subscribed, but I'm pretty sure all 200 of them come every day. And the only way that will get the message across is to subscribe. It, you know, just a click of a button. But I carry on, Ola.
Yeah, it takes time. Of course, it takes time. They will come.
It takes people subscribing is the thing. So you're invited to do that. Yeah, but carry on. Yeah.
So that's exactly what they are doing. But fortunately for us, you know, we have some agitators that, you know, they have the resources to mobilize people. Even if some of those people they are mobilizing do not want to agree with them, but because of some little benefit that follows all those type of agitation, they will not succeed in this. Now, even myself, I was carried away when he recognized June 12th. I think 3 years ago, I was carried away by that I was even.
So it's going to use it again. You see how they will do that documentary. It will be the most romantic thing you have ever seen. You will come back. You will come back on Sunday and start preaching one Nigeria. Yes.
No, I won't do that because I think I'm wiser now. I won't do that for sure. Now look at Abiola and whether they lobby Abiola children or they lobby someone. That doesn't, because you know, we all know Nigerian government, you know, there is a way someone will blackmail you, you know, that is subtle blackmail to get you into their project.
No, and the blackmail usually comes with an American green something. It's dollars, isn't it?
Exactly. It can even be dollar, it can even be the shady deal these people have got involved. Maybe some of them evaded tax or something. They must have something on there, because the problem we have in Nigeria today is that only will you find one of these leaders that you cannot have something to pin on them. So by the time you start giving them that type of negotiation, they tend to listen to you. That's just the way it is. Now, that's for
talking about negotiation. Lai Mohammed is saying that as we speak now, he's sitting on the back of the CEO of Twitter and is riding him like a horse. He says that Twitter is in the double position. This is what he's telling us. What do you make of that?
I'm 100% sure that you would not. You didn't even believe Lai Mohammed. Even as you are saying it, I can even say it through your face that you never even believe him for once.
No, I believe him a little bit because of the markets. Because Nigeria is a big and important market to Twitter. So, and they are a business, so they don't really have anything other than to come into Nigeria and take the money. So if they have to just apologize, they'll just say sorry and just carry on with
that. That's where they are missing it. Nigerians need Twitter more than Twitter's need Nigerians. So I'm into the IT. So I'm not ordinary IT, even data for that matter. So I understand that terrain. So Nigerians need a reasonable government needs Twitter more than Twitter needs them. Even though I know that it's a symbiotic relationship, but for whatever Mohammed, you see, Lai Mohammed is someone that speaks at times without even understanding, without even himself understanding what he's talking about. So a real progressive will not take that man seriously, because we've known him. Even when the kid of 7 years, we say Uncle Lai Mohammed, you know, where the names are, because some people never even believe that the name was not even Lai, because people now call him Lai Mohammed. Now, I saw the pressure. This is where I want to go. I don't want to focus on Lai Mohammed, but I want to focus on what I saw in the House plenary section. You know, when Rotimi Agunsoyo, I can't remember the name of that man. This thing that was talking about the death of people and trying to bring his colleague along so that they can speak on it. If you see the conspiracy, I realized through the Speaker of the House, what do we call this name, Abiola, it was shocking. See the way the man just waved that aside as if nothing was said. Then the issue of the Twitter now came up again. That is when Kingsley Shinda, the PDP caucus leader, was now making his own presentation. You know, this guy was trying to shut this thing down again. Look at that conspiracy that, you know, we have the LA that have they've conspiracy, they have conspiracy against the masses of Nigeria. They want to gag everyone. They don't want you to talk. That's all they are all about. So they don't care about all those economic benefits. So whatever Lai Mohammed is saying, it's just a script that all of them are working together. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to bring in is that indirectly, I'm still finding a way to come back to what Ovie has been saying, that we hold our leaders responsible. Now, what did Kingsley and Shinda do today that impressed me was that they work out. They work out. And from there, Yusuf too stood up and he spoke to the same thing. And these people, they've already planned on where they are going to. So whatever you see like Mohammed say is part of this conspiracy. They just want to gag everybody. They just want to reorientate us to let us see that it is the Twitter that needs us, that we don't need Twitter. So that's all I can see from that place. So
whatever the situation is, it is my prediction right here and now that by Sunday they will lift that ban, and they're only putting it, they're holding on to it just to see out that June 12 protest. That is my contention. So we got on Sunday to see. All right. So thank you, Ola. Evolution, we see you. Evolution, are you with us? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So to the narrative, June 12, Abiola Day or protest day, Twitter on their knees to MALLAM Buhari and it's a bunch of merry men, and Obasanjo, Biafra, what Biafra, Odudua, what Odudua, get out of my sight, you idiots. So to all of that.
Well, it is not surprising, but for people to come and say that a man like OBJ does not know what he is talking about, or that he is out of touch with the things that are happening, it is shocking, because if there is one Nigerian leader that I know that truly loves this country, it is Obasanjo. As a leader, did he perform well? You can criticize, you can point out peak holes with his policies and all that. But what you cannot say is that Obasanjo does not know what he is talking about whenever he comments on issues. He has information. He has been president of this country long enough. So when he says that the people calling for this thing, he knows what he's talking about, because a war situation, no country breaks up without going through crisis, particularly in Africa. The South Sudan breakup was violent. South Sudan, they are still fighting themselves. And these are Christians. They have one religion. They no longer have the Muslims. It is just like Nigeria, the South and the North. It is something similar. But Obasanjo does not want the country to go through another round of wars and civil wars, because he knows the consequences. And when he speaks to that narrative, you can disagree with him, but don't come here to tell me that a man like Obasanjo does not know what he is talking about. Really, I mean, quite frankly, you must be a lunatic to think that, considering his level of information, you don't have his level of information. That is on Obasanjo. On the Twitter thing, I mean, it is just a joke. But one man, you are holding on to this narrative of we have the population, we have the numbers.
There are 115 million Nigerians that buy internet data regularly. So that's not to say that have phone that buy data that is for internet use. That is the market.
For you to know that
115 million.
For you
I
to
did a
know
video
how,
on this a year ago.
Yeah, for you to know how irrelevant we are, the suspension of Twitter from Nigeria did not move their share price. What does that tell you?
No, it moved their share price, but positively, and that was like a political something. That was a political response rather than an economic response.
No. Twitter is a publicly listed company. It is the investors, you and I, individuals, that take the decision. For it not to, you have the government is claiming that Twitter has about 20 million or 40 million users in Nigeria. If that is true, then it should affect when you say that you have banned their activities, their share price should respond. You people are poor. You might have the population, but you don't have the population with the purchasing power, which is actually
what do you mean the purchasing power? We're the 25th largest economy in the world.
Your GDP per capita is about 2,000 something. It is very poor. If your GDP per capita is up to 30,000, then you can be, people will take you serious. Not 2,000 something. The budget, the police budget of New York is larger than the GDP of Nigeria. I am not talking about New York as a state. I'm talking about a department, their police budget. So you guys don't have money. You have numbers, but your numbers don't really make any sense. That is why there is no company, no multinational company that is actively present in a big way in Nigeria. Look at it. Ford, okay, you have the numbers, but Ford wanted to build a vehicle plant. They invested $1 billion in South Africa. The South Africa's population is not even up to 60 million. So
You have to put in the extenuating underbelly of that. South Africa has infrastructures and Nigeria does not. They have electricity, they have roads, they have a good health system.
It still goes to the same thing. Money, you people are poor. South Africa is rich. They have middle class. It is the middle class. I've said it here before that there are not up to 2 million Nigerians that earn 1 million a month. I am telling you, we can do the analysis. Let us look at the people that employ. The people that employ people that pay reasonably well in Nigeria are your telecoms, your banks, and your oil companies. These three sectors, maximum of 100,000 employees. In fact, let us even be generous to 200,000. That is even 600,000. And these are the people that actually pay people well. Your government, your civil servants, we all know how much they earn. So we have a problem with our economy. We should grow our economy. People are poor. Your numbers don't matter. And the worst part of it is that this your number that you keep on talking about have no skills because they are not even educated.
Okay, so still talking about the numbers, how many people do you think will be on the streets protesting? And how many people do you think will be watching Buhari's documentary? So they have timed the documentary to coincide with the protest just to water it down. So a clever move or just a waste of time?
The government will always do what it will do to keep the country together, so it is right that they are taking whatever steps to prevent the breakdown of law and order. if they are going to play up tribal and ethnic politics to please the Yorubas, I mean, they will do what they have
because
to
they
do.
did it 3 years ago and it worked.
I mean, they will do what they have to do. Some way, somehow, government has to continue functioning, regardless of what Igbo and the Kanu and the Baba are creating. The government has to continue functioning.
All right. Thank you, Evolution. To Rational Mind, we see you. Rational Mind.
Yeah, I'm here. So
yes. So your comments.
Yeah, I can say we have very interesting topics today. I think we spoke about Obasanjo yesterday and his group of thieves, corrupt past leaders like himself rather. Who, just a minute, please. I just want to go at this. So, well, we're seeing the script they've designed already. It's the same script. It's just they're going to add some other things to it to make it look appealing to Nigerians again. It's the same. I know, like I was asking in the comment section, the private comment section here, I was asking, what solution has he prefer? You know, he hasn't provided a solution. He wants the status quo. That's what he wants. So if it's the same status quo is what is his position, or still is his position, then it means these are just still the same old corrupt leaders that has brought Nigeria to where it is at the moment. So it means we should not listen to them. They are devoid of ideas, and so since they are devoid of ideas, Nigerians should stop listening to them. In fact, we should consider them as just one voice among so many voices.
Okay, the person that you not say is devoid of idea is this whoever is responsible for putting together this documentary and then just timing it for that day that Nigerians are looking to protest. A master stroke or just a waste of time. This Abiola documentary that they want to run, they want to premiere on June 12th.
Who is running the documentary? Who wants to run it?
The federal government has hired a top-level American-based Nigerian filmmaker to do a documentary with Abiola being the central theme and to speak to democracy in Nigeria. So in that documentary, big names like Abiola's children will be there talking about their experiences. The son of the first, I think, or the independent Sultan of Sokoto, he will be there talking about his experiences to the Nigerian space. The son of Tafawa Balewa, children of Awolowo, etc., etc. So a big, glossy, epic premiere documentary speaking to the Nigerian space to coincide with the numbers now that are gathering to protest on that day. So is that a master stroke or just a waste of time?
It's just a waste of time. You see, let me say this. I think sometimes Nnamdi Kanu will say the Yoruba media. Sometimes when he started saying that at the beginning of his so-called broadcast, I was like, what is wrong with this guy? But when I sat down, I did the analysis. I came to that conclusion that yes, it seems like the Yorubas they seem to have the largest share when it comes to the media in Nigeria, and that could be one reason why the current clueless president that we have there came to be. He rode on the back of the Yoruba media, no doubt.
It was essentially the Yorubas that made him president, and especially Tinubu, because he had been trying 3-4 times and he couldn't make any headway. And as soon as Tinubu opened the door for him, he went in and started to smash the place up. Yeah.
You know, Tinubu runs a media company, if not one of the largest media companies in Nigeria.
Yes, TVC.
And he sold this guy to us. They packaged him, like Nigerians will use the word, they packaged him. And I remember back then, even during because I was in Nigeria at that time, I think I was briefly in Nigeria for some time. So I could remember how they sold the package, because the Buhari that I know back in 1982, 83, 84, up to 85 when he was overthrown.
Yes.
I knew him to be the same person he was, but the way they packaged the man. So let me just
it is worse than that then now, because it seems even worse, because I remember that period too when they used to flog people in Yaba under the war against indiscipline nonsense. Yeah,
I remember too. War against indiscipline. If you the women, if back then if you're a woman,
but now they're just killing people. They've gone from flogging to killing.
So you can imagine. So what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to just say is that it's the same script they're trying to play again. Like they want to bring us some kind of cooked up, one-sided story of how Abiola died, and just speak to some narrative like, okay, the government has no hands in it. It's just not what you people are thinking. In a way, they try to control people's mind again.
I have the sense that he would declare Abiola a posthumous president come June 12th.
Either they declare him, they don't declare him. Of what change, or what how does that put food on the table? How does that make the life of an average man?
It will change the narrative, will it not? It will change. That would then be the topic of discussion, and all the talking heads will go around all the media stations to say what a wonderful thing he has done.
You want to tell me in concrete terms what impact is Abiola being declared? He's not alive to assume the office, so. Of what impact would that do?
You know that it was the death of Abiola that changed the dynamics of Nigeria, because off the back of that death, they then had to give the power to Obasanjo, and Obasanjo now shaped the democracy that we have. So it's still a recurring decimal, and it is still something that people would like to see. And they're also saying that that was the freest and the fairest election that Nigeria has ever had. So people would like it to come to a conclusion, and him now declaring Abiola rather posthumously the president, then that then speaks to that space that this is something that that Obasanjo wasn't able to do, Yar'Adua wasn't able to do, or Jonathan wasn't able to do, but Buhari did it. So that is how they want to sell that one, I imagine.
Woman, you remember during the election, this last election he did, I think when this guy was campaigning, in one of his campaign, he was talking about the June 12th. He was going to, that is Showore. He was talking about making June 12th, whatever. And then I think they seized it, and then they used that narrative again, and then just to because they knew that election was if they were not able, they were not able to rig that election when Abakayari was still alive. Put Buhari back there. It seems like they're going to lose that election either to Abubakar, the former vice president. So they use that narrative again of okay. Buhari issue, June 12th issue, they say they're going to make him president. You see, the thing, what I'm trying to let's just not go into all these details. What I'm just trying to say is the same script. Maybe they're just trying to put some new things to make it appealing to Nigeria, to see it as a new thing. They are repackaging the whole thing again. That's what I see here. And they're using the media, the same media that Buhari, that was used in packaging Buhari to make Nigerians see him as the man that they want Nigerians to see him as. But now we're seeing who he is. Even the first month he assumed office, we could see that this man has nothing to offer for how many months before he could even name his cabinet. In what kind of a country do you live? That's to tell you that's a disaster for Nigeria to have seen at the beginning of that man's tenure that he has nothing to offer. For 5 good months, you could not even name political appointees that will help you run your government. That will put the economy that will wipe the economy back in shape. You could not even do that. That's to tell you. So, and then why could they have even voted him again? It's the same media. So, what I'm just trying to say is this. Just let me say this. Because sometimes I lose my train of thoughts sometimes. So,
go on, yeah.
They're using the media again to shape people's mind, and that is what they are trying to do again. You see, like you're saying, June 12th documentary, whatever crap they call it, is coming again. Of what's important.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Is it not a master stroke? Because of course we're talking about it, but the conversation we should be having is how successful the protest will be. But now we're talking about this documentary. So already they are, mission accomplished.
Yeah. you see, Nigeria is
They've changed the narrative.
They just keep changing the narrative just to give us. I mean, I want to speak to one thing that I was listening to recently. In fact, so many things actually. Let me just say one thing. You know, a country that they said produces about 4,500 megawatts of electricity. They want to sell 2,000.
I saw that they want to sell to about 5. They want to be selling the Nigerian electricity to Niger Republic.
Nigerians right are not talking about that. Why? Because Twitter issues on the ground, ethnic issues on the ground, Fulani issues on the ground, the economic issues in Nigeria. People are not paying attention. Look at the billions of, if not billions of dollars, perhaps, that will be made from these countries, and they will not account that money to the federal government. And look at, for many years they've been supplying electricity to these neighboring countries. Where are the money? Where are this money going? Nigerians are not really paying attention. And your own country does not have the means to generate. I mean, they don't even have the means to electricity. So what I mean, just to tell you that these people, they are just bereft of ideas. It still boils down to the same people. And so that is why they want this whole madness to continue.
Okay, to that Twitter space, Lai Mohammed is saying that the CEO of Twitter is right now in his office with his trousers pulled down, and is giving him lashings of koboko. So he's telling us now that Twitter are begging. This is what he's saying now.
Sometimes I enjoy the way you I enjoy the way you embellish things to make it look like it is what it is. Well, on that, you see, Twitter is $1 billion company. I don't think, although Nigeria comes into the equation for them, but I know, if they compromise, they will not have mouth anymore. Number one, if they get registered in Nigeria, and if they should abide by the terms and conditions of Nigerian government, I tell you, they will stifle, they will gag free speech in Nigeria to some extent. They will have control. Because if they give them terms that, look, I want you to put down in the KANU'S, anything in space on Twitter, and Twitter says, okay, yes, Oga, we'll do that. This
you see, if Twitter beg, then they will lose their potency, because what will happen in essence is that if they come back, then the Buhari administration will be editing people's posts, and they'll be telling them to which post to take down essentially, and that of course defeats the whole essence. Yeah.
So I don't see any agreement they're going to reach apart from what I'm trying to tell you now. That they will tell them that, look, we have to control your content. Whatever goes on that thing, we have to tell you to pull it down or pull it up. We dictate to you. That's what essentially that's what they want to tell Twitter.
And that is the end of Twitter.
So it's no longer Twitter then. So I mean, that's the point. So what is the point there? So I see that as not going to happen. And if it happens, which I'm not ruling the possibility, because these are just people who are just it's all about the Benjamins. It's all about the money. You just want they want money.
Everything and everything. It always boils down to the color of that that dollar bill, or mighty dollar.
So the point is, you see, if Twitter should compromise, then I doubt it if they're going to have that relevance anymore in Nigeria. And now, you see, looking at the way they even compare Nigeria, sometimes it's just so absurd. The way Nigerian government compares itself with some nations that are, you see, when it's politically expedient for them, that is when they compare Nigeria to, like, I was listening to this guy they call David, David Buhala, one APC guy. I like the way the PDP guy really washed him down, took him to the washer, to the laundry. It really, really got him. I like the way the guy spoke to issues when he debated him on that channel. So anyway, the whole narrative of in China, in North Korea,
there was a time when they wanted to put up the price of petrol. When they wanted to put up the price of petrol, they were telling us that it was cheaper in Saudi Arabia. So people were there pointing out to them that Saudi Arabia, they have free health service. Their roads is like carpet. There's a virtually crime-free society. So if you want to compare, let's compare. But then, of course, we have to compare everything.
Even China that they're comparing themselves to, economically, they are a powerhouse. So, but they have 24 hours electricity in China. The economy is booming. If not all their citizens are employed. But now you can compare yourself when it's politically okay for you with some issues, but when it comes to that issue, you never allow them to compare you to these people. You see, and these are authoritarian countries whereby you don't even, freedom of expression or speech is not guaranteed. Because if you speak, the next time, the next few minutes, they come there and carry and take you away to their so-called reorientation camps or whatever. So how could Nigeria?
You know what? You know what they say. Freedom of speech. You have the right. You are free to speak, but your freedom might not be guaranteed after that speech. So
that's Idi Amin. That's Idi Amin. That was what one of the popular say.
There you go. Thank you, Rational Mind. Hang around unless you have to leave. Another woman will say you. So to the narrative. Another woman. Okay, if you are not there, let's go to CN. CN, let's hear you.
Hi, one man.
Let me unmute myself.
Sorry, who's speaking?
Okay, now I have unmuted myself.
Who's speaking?
Is it me? Who did you call, one man?
Sorry. Carry on another. Carry on CN. No, we've already just let us CN have his go, and then I'll come back to you. So CN, carry on.
All right, thank you. My regards to everyone on the platform, and thanks for another privilege to speak on most of the interesting topics we have this evening. So one man, where do you want me to start?
No, just start wherever you like. Start wherever you like. I mean, the Abiola narrative, the Twitter narrative. So just take your pick.
Okay. All right. With what I've had you presented on the Abiola narrative, that you said they were going to do something on.
No. If you were not listening, just speak to whichever one you've heard. Yeah,
with what you said they were going to do on June 12th.
Yes.
Yes. I think that it tells us so many things. I believe that this government. They still appear to, they're still determined to clamp down on protesters. If it's only that day they had to project Abiola for for the work he did before until his death, if that is the only way they can use to change people's mind from protesting, I think they miss it, because the ideology of the protest is gone beyond Abiola.
All right, and to the Twitter space, what do you say to that, the Twitter narrative?
Lai Mohammed begging, Twitter begging Lai Mohammed?
Yeah.
Everybody, we all know that that's not true. But be that as it may, it does not mean that Twitter are not making money from Nigeria. They do, but if Twitter had considered Nigerian market to be that too viable, I don't see them going to have had their headquarters in Ghana instead of Nigeria. So that tells us something. So if Lai Mohammed comes up with this, what he may mean, or he want to tell us, is that he is begging Nigerians for the action that the government took against Twitter, because what they did was to deprive people of their endeavors. They relieve people from their duties, and they have done so much harm to the generality of Nigerians. I believe it is just begging Nigerians. It's not that Twitter is begging them. So Twitter has got nothing to lose.
All right, and to the Obasanjo position on the secession, telling the secessionists to get lost.
one thing we should all know about Abiola. Abiola is
Obasanjo.
Oh, okay. Obasanjo is fought for Nigeria, and the least we will ever expect for him to say is divide Nigeria. But one thing I believe he will not say is one Nigeria at all costs. Obasanjo is one person who wants one Nigeria that is truly unified, very well represented. He has spoken against the ills of the present government, what they are doing. He never liked it. He was among those who came out to. He was so strong about the way the country is constituted with the present government. So we shouldn't even expect him to say or to believe in disintegration of Nigeria. So Obasanjo is Obasanjo, and Nigeria made Obasanjo, so he will always stand for Nigeria. But what I believe he will not do is to stand with one Nigeria at all costs.
All right. Thank you, CN. Let me shuffle you to bring in another voice. Another one man. Are you ready for us now? Another one man. Are you ready for us now? Sorry, did you want to say something, or what's going on? Another one man. Okay, Prof, let's go to Prof. Prof, are you there?
Okay. Yeah, good day. I'm here. Good day to everybody in the house.
Good day, Prof. You came in quietly today. What's happened?
Sometimes, like today, I'm at work.
Okay.
I'm at work, so my daughter is not.
Because usually you have
available.
You have a praise singer to announce your presence, but okay, yeah. So, Prof, have you been following?
Okay, now let me speak on some matters. Now let me go to that matter for Obasanjo. You see, I don't blame the man to speak like that. One, because we all know the roles he played in Nigeria. He fought the Civil War. When the Civil War ended, he was part of the people that, will I call it, put terms in order. Let me just use that type of word there. He has ruled the nation. He has spoken against evil. I remember something he did during Abacha's regime. He spoke against the country, and he came back knowing that Abacha could jail him, and he didn't mind. I respect him for that. But you see this statement of that these secessionists are idiots. I don't think he should have made that statement, because I think it's because he has enough in his otter farm to feed on. He has forgotten that a lot of people that don't have anything. You know why people are agitating is simple. The nation is in disarray. It is terrible, which he himself knows. So for him to say people are idiots, I'm not happy with that statement. But at the same time, I'm not.
Well, that is his language, though, isn't it? This is what we know. He's very brash, and that's how he talks, isn't it?
Yeah. That is, I'm not. He's prone to talk like that. We all know how sometimes he makes some statements, even though he's a human being. So that one's for that. Now let me talk about the matter of this man. This man I call, sorry to use this word, limpid liar. Limpid, Limpid, limpid liar he is.
Right.
Yeah, you see. Hey, Twitter and Lai Mohammed.
Look
I know Twitter needs us.
They are doing a dobale according to Lai Mohammed.
Yeah, Twitter needs us. But the truth of the matter, someone said, we need Twitter more than they need us. So he should stop fooling us. And I don't know if is he part of the people trying to raise that kind of documentary on June 12th? Is he part of them? I'm just asking.
Is who part of who?
The people that want to put that are trying to come up with the documentary on June 12th.
No. This is actually a big national documentary that they've gone and hired some big name to come and put together. So this is a federal government project. So they want to use that to just reconnect themselves with the Nigerian person, and they are strategically using it to fend off that protest on June 12 as well. But is it too little, too late? Is really the question.
To me, it's still a nice effort, but it's not. The Nigerians should not realize that that thing is just like something very deceptive, as I'm concerned. Any protest that is intended on that date, people should go on and execute it and forget that whatever documentary, whatever resources are put in. The nation should have channeled more resources towards betterment of the nation. Since a documentary, I see it as channeling resources to the wrong direction. That's how I see it. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, the leaders in this nation keep on putting things wrong. I don't know if they have a designed wrong way to always follow, and that is what's going on. Now, again, I want to say a little thing about what Engineer JM said.
Okay.
You see what he said.
Oh, okay. Before you do, let me bring him back. So let me shuffle.
Yeah, you can bring him back. You can bring him back.
So at least he has the right to reply. So let me shuffle evolution and just bring him back. So yeah. So okay, carry on. Yeah.
Okay, my dear engineer. Sure, let me also say it. I'm an engineer as well. See, don't blame people using the word Fulani. It will go on and on. I wish there was an alternate word to use. But this time, there's no alternate word to use. You see, these folks, they will always be lashed day in, day out to they do the right thing. They will always be lashed day in, day out till they respect federal character. How can all the sensitive offices in Nigeria be occupied by them? How can their folks be moving cattle around the nation? I don't know if they realize roads are not actually built for cattle to be moving on. They can move on, but that's not the primary purpose of why roads were built for. So you don't blame people saying it. All the same, I know caution should be taken, but my dear, it will go on and on till something by them, because most of the problem Nigeria is facing is from them. It's not all Fulanis are bad, I agree, but most of the problems for them, they have succeeded in bringing in people into the nation, integrating it into part of the nation, indicated that Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram can enter there. They're just messing up the nation. And you think we won't call their names? We have to call their names. They'll always be called upon day in, day night. So I'm just trying to let you know about this, even though you made this statement. And also, if anybody has any opinion contrary to what I said, you can tell me, but that is just the truth. Who else would they call? The presidency is Fulani, we know that one. My dear, let me stop here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I share your view as well. I think engineer too. Only what engineer was speaking to was that if I may come in, engineer was just basically saying that we should stop this name calling and everything. Well, there's no way we're not going to sometimes chip in this name calling, considering the situation that country is faced with. It's just the same group of one ethnicity who is trying to dominate the rest. So that's what we're saying here. But then we want to also mind our language sometimes. I think I understand what he's saying, which I also share that his own side of how he sees things. Even though we should tone it down a little bit, but let us just speak to reason. Whatever they did wrong, we need to tell them. Yeah, that's the area.
Speak to reason. I agree in that one very, very well.
So thank you. I think what rational mind, you see, you keep changing your name. What the rational mind said just captures it very well. So I don't think, because it speaks to what engineer is saying, just be mindful of language. But then, of course, the narrative is always pointed in that direction. But Professor Data, I know you like your rap music when you like to do breakdancing and whatnot.
No, so I'm not a person of rap music. But what music do you want to play?
No, there's this guy called, is a rapper called LD. He says, how is asking to leave Nigeria considered a declaration of war? rapper LD asks as he defends IPOB demand. So this is some rapper now.
Okay.
I've never heard this guy's name
good.
before.
Let me comment on that. Thank you for
Did you hear me read it out, or do you want me to give
I started the program quite. I heard you read it out.
Yes, LD. So this is the
what you didn't ask me that question about a deal. Remember that?
I know he didn't ask me, but he has just said it, and I would like to comment. Just give me the.
I mean, one, you didn't ask me about LD. I only.
I know. You wouldn't know about LD now. You are it's young people like Prof Data O that would know LD.
LD has been in the music space a long time. It's fine.
But it looks very young though.
It might look younger, but I think it's in his 40s.
Yes, I'll pop the link here so you can have a look at him. It
I know
look anything older than 23. It looks 23, 25.
No,
just from that image.
Okay, so you see LD saying that is a true talk. You know, music has always served as an avenue to pass a message, no matter what. It has served as an avenue to bring consolation or even comfort. It has served as an avenue to inspire someone. So what he said, as far as I'm concerned, is in order. You see, it's just like on this platform, we brought a matter that is trending to speak on. Now, the man simply sung on a matter that is, in contest, or a matter that, that's present. So, I don't know if it's left for the nation, people in that Aso Rock to realize that they're just doing the wrong thing. If they have done the right thing by seeing, okay, Boko Haram, they have killed so many people. I'm yet to see any person that has been arrested. Rather, they said they will integrate them into the as far as me, even though I'm not an IPOP member, but IPOP, they're going to go with weapons, and I keep saying it.
What do you mean they don't go with weapons? Of course, they go with weapons.
No. You know that now. ESN. I keep saying.
What is the difference? What is the difference? Is it not the same thing?
No, but the truth of the matter, they don't go with weapons, which I don't know where you got that information from. They
know they are the same thing. ESN and IPOB are exactly the same thing.
They're two different people. Even though I believe strongly ESN and ESM members, some of them should be IPOP, but the truth of the matter, as I said,
some of them, of course, ESN is the military arm, is the of IPOB, so of course,
very good.
Prof, why look at the panel now.
I know what is going on. If you watch my language, I wasn't like that straight, but remember,
you want to use boju. You want to use boju.
It's one thing I said. One thing I said, ESN is simply like Voltron to Eastern Land. I maintain that. You not go and watch the cartoon Voltron. Voltron is in the planet of Aries. When a robot comes to attack, it comes out. That is what ESN is doing. And it is not wrong.
No.
It's a very, very good, simple way. I've looked at it. That is what ESN is doing. And I don't care what anybody says. So the nation should realize we're doing the best thing. How can they be killing our people and the thing goes on and on and on and on, and nothing to curtail that has been done? It's terrible. So that's it. And I think there was another thing you mentioned about is that it had to do with the Yoruba movement today. There's something else when you were mentioning the topics. I can't remember what you said.
You've gone through them. The Abiola thing, Obasanjo speaking to the secessionist, and the Twitter thing, and LD. So those were the narratives. Let's see if we can get hold of another one man one last time before I shuffle him.
Okay.
So another one man. Are you there? All right. Okay. I think we have tried. Another one man has even left.
May I speak?
Right. No, he left himself. Yeah. Sorry. Carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about LD. LD is one of those musicians that are also speaking to the whole madness in Nigeria a long time. I think there are several music he did. In fact, I think I remember one of his songs
You want to start showing off now, Abi?
No. I'm just trying to tell you that. No, you asked the question.
Are you still in the clubs with the kids wearing leather pants?
Sometimes
are you still wearing those?
There are times you have these nostalgic feelings of the past. You know, I don't know if you feel. If you
I have to go look him up. I've never heard of him, so I'll go look him up.
Well,
maybe,
it's one of those. I mean, it started with the tribesmen back in the late 90s.
Is he American or Nigerian?
He's a Nigerian, but I think he's based here in the United States. So that's just anyway. So what I'm trying to say is, he's one of those political people that spoke too with his song. He didn't just sing all this the crap music they sing today. Even back then they were singing crap music too. All this talking about sexualize the whole thing, you know. Also he speak like Two-Face too. He spoke about the decadency in Nigeria. I think there was one he says whereby he says it's not sustainable the way Nigeria is going. We cannot sustain it. So
all right. Thank you.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, no, carry on. Finish that.
I'm done. Go on.
All right. Have a look at this, engineer. People want you to cheer up. Can you see that on your screen? Can you see? So they want that smile. So the person that does not especially smile, Maurice, we come to you. So LD, I know you're a hip hop guy, so you would know who LD is, Maurice. But Abiola, June 12 being thrown at the protest on June 12. So they're doing a documentary. So to that space, Lai Mohammed telling us now that the CEO of Twitter crawled all the way from America to Aso Rock to come and leak boots. So boot leaking by the Twitter massive, and Obasanjo telling the agitators to get lost. So good to see you, Maurice.
Yeah, good morning from here.
Good morning.
First of all, I'll start with electricity. I can start in any order I like, okay? Electricity, you know why Niger Republic has electricity, steady electricity, when we supply them, but we don't have. Do you know why? Because Nigeria and Niger Republic had an agreement. The River Niger, where you have the dam we use that generates most of the electricity, that dam, the source of the water is coming from Niger Republic. So, and Nigeria and Niger Republic, they had an agreement that they have to supply them electricity for free. If they don't supply them the electricity, then they have to build their own dam. And if they build the dam, because the source of the water is coming from Niger Republic, then we will have even 10 times less electricity than we have now. So that is the reason. But why they have steady electricity in Togo and Benin Republic that we supply, I don't know what kind of agreement, but the one for Niger, I know that one for 99% because nothing is 100%. You can look it up. It's because of that River Niger. The source of River Niger is from there. And they don't want Niger to build a dam. It will block the water flowing down to Nigeria. And our own Kainji Dam or whatever, is not going to generate nothing again. So for them not to build that dam, Nigeria must supply them electricity. So it was like the kind of deal they have. Now, that being said, they plan to do the documentary on June 12th. But you shouldn't be, no one is surprised because this has always been their modus operandi, whenever they feel the heat or they feel that the people are coming out en masse to demand for what is rightfully theirs, they will always find something to scatter that, like a spoke in a whale. Do you understand? So, but I believe, that is my own personal opinion, I believe it's a little too late for them to do that. Because if you check, the presidency were quick to rush and attack and make put out a statement when Twitter did this. When Twitter deleted President Buhari's tweet, but the presidency and the Senate never officially made a statement up to today. I don't know, I might be wrong. Maybe they made it late tonight, but up till this evening, they never officially made a statement about the 50 people who were killed in a ganga in Oyo State. They never. Not the presidency, not the Senate, not the House of Rep, except for individuals from, like representing those areas, but official.
You know what they also said, Maurice, which shocked me. What they also said was that even the senator representing that place has not been down there to do an on-the-spot inspection. We have seen Sunday Igbo there, but their own representative has not been to Igaga to have a look, to even empathize with the people and just put his arms around some old lady and take photo. It is it, but it's in Aso Rock collecting the dollars as usual.
Yeah, do you know why? Because they give every senator or every House of Rep represented area that's some money. It's not a security vote, it's like a developmental fund they give to them to develop that place. They usually pocket that one. Most of these people, when they go to Abuja, they rarely come back. They come back maybe twice a year, just like
do you know that even some state governors, they are running their state from Abuja. They rarely ever go to their own home state, and they just stay in Abuja and make phone calls. This is how Nigeria is being run.
Yeah, but I can give you one example of that governor of Imo State. Now he runs the state from Abuja most times. So
unbelievable.
Yes, and these reps, just like you said, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So they usually pop down there on 2 different occasions. Maybe when there's a rally or something, they have to do a runoff or something, some sort of campaign, or maybe 6 months to the day he has to contest again for re-election, he start popping down. So that's his only 2 times they come. So that fund, they call it, they even in UK they have it. All these MPs that.
It's just slush funds anyway. It's just chop. Yeah.
No. For projects in their local government. Government something.
Development fund or something. Yeah.
They give them to the reps. Even in UK, they give it to them. So, and they always pocket that money. They use that money to buy big villas in Abuja. So, and also 91 people were killed in Kebbi State. Just I think 2 or 3 days ago, they never made an official statement about that. 91 Hausa people were slaughtered in 3 villages in Kebbi State by Fulani herdsmen. They never made any official statement like that. People who were killed, like people who were adopted in schools or whatever in Southeast, they never made anything about that. But they are quick to make a statement that Twitter deleted something like that. And now they're coming up with this trick. I believe Yorubas are too smart. They are lettered. I don't think they will allow these people to walk up their face.
But no, it's a lot more complex than that, because they conjured up the name of Abiola during the build-up to the elections to weigh it for balance, especially for their bad behavior. So they are going to conjure it up again. And what is going to happen is, because they're going to play this thing on NTA and Channels Television, the 2 biggest networks within the Nigerian space. And then all of the talking and narrative of that space then is going to be people coming in, all these big names and all the known names to come and speak to that documentary, give feedback, and then they will have that narrative that Obasanjo did not do it, Yar'Adua did not do it, Goodluck Jonathan did not do it, but Buhari has done it. And I also have the sense that they will declare him president posthumously at that period. So politics at the, most crass, I should say, yeah.
Okay, but what effect does that have? Nothing. Look,
no, don't say that. It will chime with the people. That is the thing. It will chime with the people because they'll be looping it. It will be what will be on telly throughout that period. It will be what people will be talking about.
This is a case of fool me once, you are the fool, and fool me twice, I'm the fool. My old man used to tell me before he passed on, he said, it's only a foolish man.
Yeah, and this your old man. I hope you were nice. I hope you were a good boy to him that you are quoting him all every day now.
I've always been a good kid to him, but I cannot guarantee that. I've been a good kid, but I cannot guarantee always. Sometimes I said no when he asked me to go to the store. I said no, I'm not going nowhere. You know, so but my old man used to tell me two things before he passed on. First, he said it's only a fool that allow that a stock will pinch on the same eye twice. Let's say you're walking in a bush and a stock pinch you on your right eye and then pinch you again on the same right eye. So it's only a fool that a stock will pinch twice on the same eye. And again, he said that when a man commits one murder, the second killing does not increase his punishment. Now,
you have to start looking for other idioms. You know, you've given us that one before.
I have.
You are not allowed to repeat your idiomatic expressions.
Okay,
I'm sure your old man said more than that.
Yes. You know, he said
you're recycling. He said it in say it in your language.
He said them in my language, but I tried to translate them into English. So, you know, because let me tell you something. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't think Yoruba people, they're smart. They can see through this. It's like a small screen, you know. They can see through this. Okay, they do the documentary. They crown him. They made him a posthumous president. What does it change? And then the next day, what? Back to square A. This is just only a strategy, just to keep the people down, so that
you know what they are doing now.
No, I don't. You guys are too smart to.
But you say we're too smart, but the media space controls the narrative. What they are doing is the weight of the eastern quarters is too heavy, and they don't want that weight to come into Yoruba land. So what they're going to do is to try and draw the Yoruba people in, and then you'll be hearing more from Tinubu and, you know, all these names that we know, and then you will see the romancing of that Yoruba space over the next few months.
Look, let me tell you something. Like I told you before, what my old man said before he passed on, that when a man steals a crate of egg you left on top of your roof, you should be looking for two thieves, because the one that stole it must have an accomplice in the one that helped him to bring it down. So whatever they're doing now, they are doing it because, like one gentleman here said, the biggest problem you have actually in Southwest is not the Fulanis or the presidency, is the Yoruba media. Yoruba media is the one that always like to portray, they like to magnify lies, they amplify it.
What about the Igbo media?
No, listen, we don't. When it comes to media in Nigeria, everybody knows Yorubas are they have the largest.
An Igbo man owns Channels Television.
I understand that, but my brother, even the channel, are they doing us any favor? Look at that. Channels Television is where Dr. Abati is. They always
it's on TVC. No, it's on Arise, actually. Yes.
Yeah, it's Arise. Channel Television is also the one, the lady that sits in Abuja, the Abuja anchor. Bashing always distant. So it's like now you're saying that Igbo man.
I detest that woman. That's one of the worst. That woman singularly is one of the worst things.
Yes, that woman.
She does. She promotes evil.
She promotes evil. Now, and she defends evil.
The first time you and I have ever agreed on anything, that woman promotes evil.
Yes. God bless you. Now, the thing is that there are so many things. There are so many things we agreed on, but just we we reach same destination, but from different routes. You go
Yes.
through you cut corners.
Yeah, you are coming from yellow Gary, and I'm coming from white Gary. So if you people stop coloring your Gary, then everything will be fine.
No, my brother, I take the straight line always, because the Dutch people say the shortest way to every point is the straight line.
This is it. You have to find new idioms. This is the last time we will allow you to repeat. It is the same idioms. Eh?
I have a million and one idioms. But let's face what I'm trying to say now before I forget. Now, the thing is, the thing I'm trying to say is that the media, they would like to portray it like one gentleman said, you know, it wasn't the government fault, this thing happened, this and that, or they glorify him. Abiola was a great man, this and that, so that just to give themselves soft landing. And then some weak-minded people will say, oh, I think these people really meant well for us. But the likes of, I don't think those things that
no,
like
sorry, sorry, Maurice, stay where you are for a moment, because I was putting this question to Ajanle Koko. You are saying some weak-minded people, but I'm asking what percentage of Nigerians are those weak-minded people? In percentage terms, how many Nigerians do you think can be fooled and will be fooled by the narrative when it is presented?
You mean me?
No, I'm asking you, yes. What percentage of Nigerians do you think are that the feeble-minded ones? Let's not even say feeble-minded, because that's too harsh, but gullible enough.
Would I be sentimental, right? You want me to be honest?
Yeah, I
think 92%.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I even said 75%, because a lot of them, they forget easily and they forgive easily, and then they take the next set of punishment and then they forget and forgive.
Do you know why I said 92%? Because 92% of Nigerians are extremely religious, either Islam or Christian. And then they will tell you, don't worry, leave it to God. God will fight for you, as if he's coming from heaven to fight for you. Do you understand me? So now these people, the pastors also help to make them weaker. So now these people believe that even you can stand in front of the train, an approaching train, and then it will not crush you. God will stop it. Of course, God will stop it. God can do that, but he will not stop that train. He will not crush you.
Isn't it funny how quickly TB Joshua rushed to hospital when he was sick, but then when they are sick, they will go to his church to do laying of hands.
My brother, I never speak of ill of somebody who passed. I never do that, because I'm an orphan myself. My both parents passed away. Okay, so I was very young when my mom passed away, and actually she died in my hands in a hospital in Lagos. In Sulere. I was with her, and she was talking, and then she couldn't talk, but she could hear me, and she couldn't hear me again. She was still breathing, and then she died. And I never forget that day, because that was the day Germany and Czech Republic had the European Championship final. It was played
look at you, Maurice. You say something like that, and we're all thinking, well, let's say sorry, and then you bring football into it.
No, I'm to tell you how.
Sorry about your loss. I mean, I'm close to my mom, so you know, we all know what a mom is.
I never speak ill of any person that passed away. I leave God to judge them, because I'm not righteous. Nobody's righteous. That man, you understand? So, but what I'm trying to say is that the Christianity made our people weak and stupid. A lot of us, 92% of them can easily be tricked. Their mind can be programmed, you know, bent on. Even the Christianity, not only that it make them weak, they have what they call self-hatred on themselves. And then, except someone has to come up to open their eyes and to make them to fall in love once more with themselves and to know their rights. Do you understand? That is why it's easier that you see a particular governor, a particular senator who does nothing in his constituency, will win that constituency 10 times and go back to that place. And because of they whip everybody back in line with hunger. How do you expect, you know, the situation, how people are, how that weak, feeble-minded people are, that somebody is willing to say his or her birthright for just a cup of rice and a wrapper. Do you know one man, one representative from my own local government? You know what is how do they call that in Nigeria? They call it empowerment. Do you know how he empowered the local women? Two bags of yam and asked them to raise it and took a picture of them. Can you believe that? And
well, I can believe that in a country that where they go and commission borehole, the money they will use to commission the borehole is more. It will build another 2 boreholes. So that's Nigeria. But the Nigeria that we're talking about, is it different from the Nigeria that Obasanjo is talking about? Because shut up, you idiots, is what he's saying to the Biafrans and the Oduduans. I forget secession. We're better together. Do you agree?
I will tell you something now, and I want you to don't take my word for it. Just do your own research and you'll find out. Now, when Obasanjo was released from prison, the people who went to see him, he did not even have a fridge, not normal small fridge. He offered them hot Coca-Cola bottles. He had nothing, zero, not even a fridge. But he is the one that now he's one of the richest people in Nigeria. Why? The looting. He looted the whole place. Woman, Nigeria is a place where that dollar bill goes a long way. Do you understand me? So you can never expect somebody who has nothing to, with all due respect, it's Obasanjo that also made it possible allow companies to be able to all these mobile telephones we are using now. It was Obasanjo. I give
so I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you, Maurice. Engineer, let me shuffle you to bring in a new voice. I'll bring you back, of course, and we want you to smile. We know you for smiling. Engineer, what's wrong with you today? Eh? We want you to be smiling. You are a smiley face.
Sure.
Eh? All right. So I'll carry on now, Maurice.
Yeah. So he also helped to introduce there's mobile phones and means of communication, make it easier. Also a lot of stock market, he introduced it, made it to grow that time. And it was also I think it was under him that all our debt were
yes
paid.
He did a lot. People don't give him.
Yes, I give credit when it's due. But he also the king of all. I think the one that took the Oscar is Babangida. They call him Chopper.
You know. Hello. Can anyone hear me? No, we've lost Maurice.
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, we've lost Maurice. So now let's use that opportunity to go to the humble African. Humble African, good to see you. I'm not sure how much of the narrative that you have been following, but introduce yourself and speak to the space.
Yeah, my name is actually Attila Didada, and speaking from Dallas.
Oh, okay.
I've been listening to you guys, and the problem of Nigeria is, I don't know. I believe our generation can solve it, but how much are we trying? That's the question I want to ask everybody. Because look at Showore, for example. He's been there, and I remember vividly during the NSAS, when he joined the protest, the youths were telling him to go away. You understand? Why? This guy came down from America.
Yeah, but is Showore not just a poser? He's just a poser, isn't he?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, do you want me to let you take that call and come back to you?
What?
Do you want to take your call, then I'll come back to you? Do you want me to take?
No, I can't hear you anymore.
Sorry, I'm not sure. Do we have you, or are you taking a call? Or all right. Okay. I did. Oh, sorry. Do we have you?
No.
Yes. Carry on.
So that's is my take, because really, when somebody came down from far away, and yes, it might be posing for somebody, you understand, but like we always say in Nigeria, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. What is it saying? and let us kill behind that. There is another
judgment. He's just an attention seeker. A lot of people see him as just an attention seeker. I see him as just an attention seeker.
What? I can't really hear you guys anymore.
All right. We can hear you, so I'm not sure.
Okay, if you guys can hear me, let me just carry on.
Yes, carry on.
Like, just it was yesterday or today, I don't know, because of time difference. Barrister Obani got a judgment that the House of Assembly, whatever, their bogus salaries, and believe me, nobody is even talking about those. Nobody's talking about it. I mean, the youths, we are not talking about it. And another thing people refuse to see is that the Twitter was banned because of the coming June 12th protests. People don't see it. And they're trying to distract us away from
but we've been saying that for the last we've been saying that for the last 2 hours.
We are clamoring for. That Twitter was a distraction. And people don't know.
No, we do know. We've been saying it for the past 2 hours.
Oh, probably because I just joined you guys for like 30 minutes, you know. But really,
no. What I was saying was that they will hold on to that ban up till June 12th because they know that they are going to use Twitter to coordinate the rallies and the protests. So come Sunday, they will unban Twitter. So that is what I'm predicting.
Oh. Okay. I think I can't really hear you guys, so the communication is a little bit, you know, but I will leave the floor for somebody else to talk, and I think I'll join you guys some other time. I'm so sorry, I have to leave for work.
No, it's good to meet you anyway, and when you watch back, you'll see that you did do well. So another one man, we try you again. Another one man.
Yeah, I think I'm on now.
Yes, you're on now. That's Rowley, isn't it? I hope you're not. Yes. I hope you're not coming to scream and shout again, because that was what you did the last time.
No, you shouldn't say like you started again. Well, I always say, first of all, thank you. I can see that you are gradually changing from who brought Nigeria to Oduduwa. Gradually, so you know. So
I'm not changing anything. No, I'm not changing anything. I call it as I see it. So whatever is current in the news is what I speak to. But what would you like to say to the conversation?
Yeah, for that of the conversation, I don't know. I think I'll have to start from the protest and the documentary aspect of it. Yeah, you see the documentary they are going to be presenting. I don't know where are they going to be hosting it?
On NTA and Channels Television.
Hello, Mama.
On NTA and Channels Television.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Oh,
I think we can hear you. Go on.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So somebody can respond. Anybody can respond. I just want to know where they are going to be hosting it.
On NTA and Channels Television in Nigeria.
Okay, NTA and Channels Television. So
right, yes.
How many people will be having live? How many Nigerians are going to be having live to sit in their house that very day to watch this on screen? You see, this our leaders, they are fond of distracting us. You know, they always have this skill of diverting our attention from what is happening to something else. You understand me? Just like what happened in NSAS protest. You understand? After people have spent days on the street protesting, they came out and they were pleading that, well, we have heard you people, we have heard your complaint, give us time to attend to the issues and so on. You know, but today, where are we? What has been their response since that day till now? Since that thing happened October last year, we are now in June now. There has never been any good report that has come out of that NSAS. And now the people are preparing for another protest again. of which they know if the people are able to organize themselves this time, it's not going to be easy for them. So that is why they are looking for means to distract the people, to divert attention. You understand me? Am I online? I don't know if I'm still online.
No, you're on, Raleigh. Just speak, just go
Understand?
through
So
the
that is
topic
just
and
what they
give
are
us
trying
your
to do.
opinion.
Yes, you are.
But diverting attentions will not help us. They try to fix all these things that people are complaining about. They should put effort on ground to fix all these things. Every time they talk, they come up with different programs and so on, which we don't benefit from. I think the problem is really with the government, with the system, you know, of which we know, but the government on their own should try. You understand? They should try. They should put in some effort to try to change things, you know, at least to try to let things start to happen. You know, there are people are complaining, and they know that there are problems on the ground. But what effort are they putting? People are defending them. We know there's nobody that doesn't actually love Nigeria. Yeah, I prefer to be in one Nigeria than to be in a Biafra or to be in Ododuwa, you know. But with the way things are going, how long are we going to continue to live like this? That is why people are now agitating to, you know, to break out and having different opinions. You understand? It is time for the government on their own to sit down and say, for real, these things are going wrong. Let us try to fix something. You understand? So that people will now, you know, see the light coming. Instead of doing that, they'll prefer to be fighting you. I mean, it's very funny. Okay, look at what happened in Gaga or something. It was yesterday when they killed up almost about 50 people, according to the record. You understand me? The television channels, they were not there to cover this thing, to bring out the coverage. You understand me? But I think Sunday Igbo now decided to say, okay, let him go to the scene and see what actually happened there. You saw the military, they came out. You understand me? The police, they came out. They have to block him on the way. You understand? This is the same thing the people in Abuja protested on. I think it was last week when they blocked the road that kidnappers came and they kidnapped about 40 people in their area there. You know, they didn't see the police. But when the people came out to protest, you see the police and the army, they came out. You know, why are they doing these things? You understand? And the message is very clear. You know, Nigeria is a very complicated country, my brother. The message is very clear. Even from the way the Northerners are speaking, the message is very clear that they are on a conquest mission. They are on it's a full conquest that they are, you know, because sometimes I find it difficult to understand why we find ourselves in this very situation. Because number one, the Northerners are in charge of the police, they are in charge of the army, they are in charge of the Navy, the Air Force, everything, the immigration, they are in charge of everything. Nobody is dragging these positions with them. And these are the people that controls the country. Okay, good. But right now, their own people, the Fulanis, that we should be specific, because I think I saw somebody talking about calling names. You understand? We should be specific with the names we call. The Fulanis are the problem. You understand? After occupying all the sensitive positions in Nigeria, their own people now are still going to villages to kill people. If it's about occupying a land, all the land they have occupied in a Plateau State, in the Middle Belt, it should be enough for them. But instead, they occupy this land and they change the name of these villages to their own Fulani names, and they still continue the mission of conquest. They never stopped. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, we understand you.
Am I on the ground, brothers?
No,
yes,
we can hear you. You're on the ground.
Yeah,
but
you're on point. Go ahead, you're on point.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, so these are the problems. So when we talk about breaking away from Nigeria, it is a thing that we must fight for. So that includes this June 12, because definitely the flag off is going to start from June 12, and they know this, and that is why they are trying to divert attention. So we must also encourage our people. You understand me? Because there's no way. Let's take it for example now. Let's look at 2023 for example. Let's agree that there will be election and a president will emerge in 2023. Let's assume an Igbo man or Yoruba man, for example. If a Yoruba man emerges as a president, where is he going to start from? From the issue of the way the
yes, no, what people are saying is whoever comes in is in for a difficult time.
The northern area, the middle belt. Then now they're even coming down to the south now. The eastern area are fighting them. Now the Yorubas are now people to take weapons now.
All right. Thank you, Rowley. So I'm going to start rounding off now. So I'll start off with a rational mind. So rational mind, just your parting remarks.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I think a lot has been said on your platform. I think what we should be focusing more on now should be, although I'm not saying we should not talk about issues as they come, because Nigeria is full of drama, each day with its own drama. So we can speak to all these things, but at the same time, I think we should also be talking about the way forward.
Can you initiate that conversation? Because I hear people say that a lot, but I don't hear them then go on and add on to say that.
It's going to be very, very difficult for one to control, because I see sometimes you try your best to steer the whole conversation to the points or to the main topic for that very day. People still digress. Even myself, there are times I sort of digress, just because a lot of people have a lot of
because that is where their passion is. You see, that is where their passion is.
And so the people
people are angry and they're upset and they are looking for, they are looking to lash out, essentially is what we're saying. Because when you hear all these things, you're saying you're looking for solution, and then 2 days ago, about 50 people were savaged in Igangan. So you're thinking that, no, let's just smash the whole thing up, So this is what always happens.
Yeah, it is. So all I could just say is maybe whenever anybody comes on here, let us try and speak to, even though we can kind of like pinpoint the problem, let us also provide solution in any way we can. Maybe anybody can learn from that. So just to, in my own conclusion, just to conclude, I think these people, this same whole cargos, as we call them in Nigeria, they are also coming back again in one way or the other, trying to play the same script, maybe with another different character or different storyline to it. But I know it's the same thing. So unless these people and the fraudulent document that they've kind of hang on the neck of Nigerians, except these people they are rid of, we get rid of those people, I don't see Nigeria going forward. So as long as these people are still there calling the shots, and they seem to be the mouthpiece of every Nigerian every time, whenever there is...
It's almost unfair to expect anything to change with somebody like MALLAM Buhari. This is a person that was... he's been in government pretty much since he was in his 30s, and he has always done things in a certain way. Just go to the central bank and just put dollars in his pocket and walk away. So this is what he has been doing for all of his life. So you cannot expect, and I'm just using that as a catch-all for any of them. So replace Buhari with Obasanjo or Babangida or any of these type of people. You can't have expectations beyond what their capacity is. And they don't have any understanding beyond just this is an opportunity, let's just milk it.
So I think every Nigerians have to just take the whole thing in their own hands. They just have to, in one way or the other, either we ask for a new constitution with a new system of government in Nigeria and all the things that goes with it, electoral reform, and letting the people have the power, let the power be with the people. Without that, and maybe if that could not happen, let everybody go on their separate ways. Like I keep saying here, that's another option to this. That's another option to solving this problem in Nigeria. Without that, I don't see us going forward. That's just it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rational Mind. Always the sensible voice. So, Ego, to you. Ego.
Yeah, I'm here. Greetings to you all.
Greetings, Ego.
Yeah. I've been first let this question go to one man. Why do you always say that you see Showore as an attention seeker? One man? That question.
No, I just don't because it's been long in the system and he speaks in a particular sort of way, and I don't really buy into his narrative. I just find him somewhat comical, to be honest with you.
Okay, and that guy that was speaking to the areas of your register, that guy, what he was trying to say clearly, I'm in line with him. I subscribe to what he's saying, because he is saying that who do we want? Okay, look at Showore on this effort he's making. If we have people that really stand with him in this effort, regardless of whatever is his intention, because even the people that are there, nobody knows what their intention is, and they're not doing anything good for anybody. So if a person like Showore, with the effort he has given this country, the fight is fighting. If I can be there with him fighting, if you can be there, 1 million of us can be there with him like this, these old criminals will run out of this country.
The big test for
and disappear.
The big test for Showore is going to be June 12th, because this protest is coming under his banner. So if he records any form of success, then it's back on the scene.
Then we can then give it to him.
Yes, like we gave it to Nnamdi Kanu on the 31st.
Okay, well, I agree with you. Let's wait for them. Then moving on to the area of sorry, what's that topic you are talking about now?
You know, they are doing a Abiola video to shut June 12th protest down.
I know that, and
Obasanjo is telling everybody.
That one is not. See, Nigerians are more wiser than all these things. Me and you know.
But you'll be watching it. I'm pretty sure, Igbo. You will get your suya ready and
trust me. I will not get my CR ready to focus on that now. We'll go for the protest, my brother. We'll be on the street. If that should have been the case, none of us watch. But because Nigerians know that there is a distraction. It's a distraction, we all know. See, I keep saying one thing, and you see, this constitution, this paper that they are using to lead us, it will never give us unity. This paper, it will never give us peace. This paper, it will never give us love. This paper will never take Nigeria to less than 5%. If Nigeria must move, this paper must be torn and a new one be written. That is that. Whoever is telling you that that cannot happen, that means we are ready to remain being slave and to continue to be a slave in this country. And that is the only direction we must fight through. For those of us who believe that division of this country is baseless. You be Biafra, me I be Oduduwa, I am that, I am this. All these are baseless things. If we call ourselves men and strong men, what we should be doing by now is to call it a shot. Say, you Senate, you House of Rep, you Mr. President, give us a balanced constitution. Hey, you Mr. Jaga, what is your name? Give us an election, an electoral process that is not fraudulent. We take the decisions ourselves and we push it straight to these people. Without these two things being done, my brother, forget all we are doing. It's all still rubbish. It's all still nonsense. Nobody want to fight Oduduwa and succeed. Nobody want to fight Biafra and succeed. Why? Because even those that are pushing those there are division in the Oduduwa, there are division in the Biafra. So how can these people start listening? If we must lead, and we must lead well. The 17 southern governors, the division of the South, the division of the South is the power of the North. The division of the Southern leadership is the powers of the North. When this South, though they are 17, but they are the powerhouse. If these people decide to be one people, as they have the northern governor, they have the southern governors. If they decide to be one people and begin to lead us well, this power will swing to the south. Because everything is here in the south. What are you telling me? Is this from the east? Is it from the Yoruba land? Is it from the south, which is Niger Delta? We power everything. Then why is this? See, let the southerners begin to come together now. Let them begin to come together to make a better decision. Let us build this country as one country. They should not be pushed aside by some few in the north, in the core north, and begin to run this country aground. Like, see, the children that are growing tomorrow are no future. Like, see, they own this country, and those that are growing have no right to speak in this country. This is
okay.
angry.
Ego, speaking to the we can hear the anger in your voice. But does this make you angry or not? The position that Lai Mohammed is fleshing out regarding Twitter, that they are doing some assault and climbing off Upper Soul Rock up the villa. They are climbing through the windows in the villa to come and beg for forgiveness. This is what he's telling us.
Me and you know that Lai Mohammed is one of the most prominent person I would say we have in this country. He's very popular. So what he's trying to tell us is that Twitter is coming to beg them. Let us see if that is true or not. But I don't think that Twitter will beg any country in terms of all these things. They are only going to follow the policy, follow guidelines, follow rules and whatever. And that is if they agree and if it fits to their rules also, because they also have rules in their country. So it's if it's fit, whatever condition the Nigerian state is giving to that organization, they also is going to weigh it and see if it's okay with them. You understand? So I don't believe Twitter is just those kind of people you can just push aside. It's not possible. They work with better countries, not only Nigeria. Yes, it's a big market, but forget what Lai Mohammed is saying. They are not. Lai Mohammed, how do you believe what that man is even telling you? Do you believe that man?
You know, because this story, this Twitter ban. No, because this Twitter ban is actually causing a lot of a storm internationally. The Russian media, they are supporting Buhari. Donald Trump is supporting Buhari. And of course, the British, the Canadians, the Swedish, the Americans, they are against Buhari. So it is now even taking on an organic positioning of itself. So it's a fast evolving space. And of course, it's now telling us that Twitter are coming to beg. So have you spoken to the Abiola story? No, you've spoken to that. Obasanjo.
I spoke to that.
Obasanjo telling the Biafrans and the Ododuans to get lost, that they are idiots. So yes,
this is what I just said. Thank you. Now you're there. Look at what Obasanjo just said. This is what I just said, my brother. The best thing for us to do, let us mobilize. We are one people. Even the Fulanis, we are one people. These Fulanis, when we used to know them, they don't kill us. They are not killers. So if there are things that change, if there is a kind of demographic change or there is any kind of
it's not even a demographic change. What we are contending with, people are saying they are foreigners. These people mainly, because like you said, we've always lived with the Fulanis. Yeah.
The governor of Kanu said it. The governor of Kanu, Ganduji, said it. He said, I know this thing I will say, Mighty Allah will not be happy with me. He said, but it's the truth I'm telling them. The people that are coming to commit this crime are those Fulanis who are coming into this country to commit crime. And this thing they are doing is not good. He is not going to support them. That's why he told them not to enter his state and put all kind of condition with regard to his state. You understand? So they all know the truth. This is a simple truth. So when Obasanjo come and tell those people that are agitated to get lost, they should truly get lost. Obasanjo has spoken. Both the Ududuwas and the Biafrans should get lost.
Yeah, but you are a one Nigerian man now.
Yes, of course, they should get lost.
So you will agree.
Biafra and Ududuwa should get lost. I take side with Obasanjo. Obasanjo, these are the leaders of the Yoruba nation that you are clamoring for.
I disagree with you.
Excuse me, just a minute, I will soon leave you. These are the leaders of the Yoruba nation. If they don't speak, there will be no Oduduwa. The Obasanjos, the Tinebos, all these people. So what are you talking about? Then going to the south, the southeast or wherever. Yeah? You see people like the Rocha Sokorosha, people like the other one, Uzo Kalu, and some other prominents are there. If these people don't decide that Biafra should come, they will not move. The Biafra will not go anywhere. Because
you know why Igbo, you know why a lot of people say that the Igbos can never produce a president. When you are looking at that space, or they are unlikely, let's not say never, that they're unlikely to produce the president. When you are looking to the eastern space for names, the names that you come across is just those sort of names that you've just mentioned.
And they all have
Lotas or Korota, who was, I mean, even, I mean,
okay, now let's joke. And virtually, most of those names I moved, they all have criminal record. Police case and
who is more criminal?
Now,
the only person more criminal than Lotas is
let me tell you, we regard to people saying the East or Igbo man cannot be president. Fuck those saying those rubbish. Fuck them.
No,
fuck
take
them
it. No, hold on.
Listen, let me tell you.
No.
Igbo not even. Why would you say that? Is Igbo man not in Nigeria? Every single citizen of this country has the right to be the president of this country.
Ego, hold on. The thing that people are saying is not that they are not deserving or they are not entitled, but they are saying in the political permutations that it's very difficult. The Igbos, they don't have political alliances. One, they don't have representation in terms of the parliament and the House of Reps too. And they are they are driving for secession 3. So you cannot say in the one hand that you want to secede and you want to be president. And then more crucially, they don't have a real champion. So when they are asking for champions, people start saying names like Peter Obi, and Peter Obi does not really feel anybody with confidence. So it's not so much that an Igbo man cannot be, but the political permutations does not really show the likelihood of an Igbo president. So they are not in this space. They are not in politics.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, because the Igbo are not, they have no structure. Even they themselves in their states, in their same states, although it's normal everywhere. That is the only problem they have. And I keep wondering for learned Igbos to be coming to tell Nigerians that Igbo presidency. What do they mean by Igbo presidency? Is that talk not stupid, or that talk doesn't look senseless? See, Okorocha once said, "Shut up your mouth. Igbo alone cannot make you president." See, nobody stop an Igbo man from being a president in this country, Nigeria.
No, nobody can stop it.
To vote for them. I will be the first to vote for an Igbo man.
They don't have the politics. They don't have the politics.
Come out and sell yourself to the country.
Exactly. You know, Igbo.
East of this country and sell yourself and stop telling Nigeria you want an Igbo president without going to work for that, man. We cannot just come and pick you and say be an Igbo president. It's not like that. It doesn't work that way.
That's it. They don't play the politics, and they're just saying it is our turn. So saying it is our turn is not what is going to give you the presidency. No,
that is foolish talk. That is senseless talk.
Yes,
senseless talk, man.
Hold on, Igbo. Even if you find the Fulani man smelly, you hold your nose and you shake his hand and you make friends with him and form alliances. Even if you find the Yoruba man distasteful, you will hold your nose, make friends with him, and form alliances. So it's alliances. Look at Tinubu. He's already putting bags of rice in Kano State. It's not because the people in his own yard is not starving, but he knows that that is where he needs. So they're not doing all these things, and you're saying, no, it is our turn. So this is why people say it is never, not it is never, but it's unlikely ever, really, because they don't play politics. They don't... They just want to be arrogant with the.
Okay, let us ask ourselves a particular question. Is there anything like it's our turn in politics?
Nah, based on my turn, Nigeria Limited, according to
Fantua. As I know politics, I've never seen it's our turn before in politics. I've not seen, not even in the deadest country. So, as intelligent as these Biafrans who claim to be Jews, who claim to be Japans or tomorrow, they cannot navigate their way into this country, into the president, into the White House, or into Aso Rock by canvassing the entire nation, by these people moving from one to the other and telling them, listen, I'm the president, like what Mogalu is doing, man. Look at Mogalu, he's there. If you can convince the people, we can gain our support.
I like Mogalu anyway, you know. I like Mogalu, but unfortunately, he's a lone ranger. You know, he's a lone ranger. Yes.
See, yes, but it's better. He has announced before you know. He begin to move from states to states, aligning with people. Which other Igbo man that is coming, trying to do Igbo president? Which other man have you seen in such a move like this guy? So they should stop disturbing us with their own understanding, or stop disturbing the Nigerian space. Before they make a demand or before they make anything, they balance it in between the country. So they don't look like see it's the Igbos that are causing problem in the country or is it Fulani. No, when you want to make some decision, but okay, right now the Northerners, the women from the North, even some I watched also some today, even the other ones the other day. Why are they making comment referring to the Igbos? They must go or they must do that. No, it's a matter of one Nigeria. Why are they having this kind of sentiment? Why? It's simply because some certain things are not being right in the side of the Igbo man also. This is why you are seeing all this kind of a thing. How can you say you
of Nigeria?
All right, Ego, just for reasons of sorry, repeat that.
You said what?
I said tribalism is the problem of Nigeria.
Yes.
We are born in tribal, we are born in it, we've been in it, and we've been brothers and sisters in it until we begin to see Boko Haram and the killer before we get to S-Men. We can still go back to that level. What we are saying is nobody stop an Igbo man for being a president. What we are saying is politics is not a turn by turn.
Nigerian
what we are saying is navigate your position, come to Delta State, convince me that
can I talk one man?
Want to be the
no,
president.
Hold on, because Ego will round off now, and then you come next because we're rounding off here.
Go to Sokoto as a encourager that you are, and gather the Sokoto youth, convince them the reason why they should trust you.
To be honest, Rochas is good in the north.
No, Rochas, well, is a northerner though. Rochas Okorocha is a northerner, is he not? Is a northerner, born and raised.
He's a northerner. That guy speaks
He's a northerner.
Yeah. Exactly.
So please, what we are saying here is this, please. Sometimes when we are here all the time, what causes fight? Igbo, Biafra, why all this thing? We should try to make the Igbos also, or the Biafrans, or whoever we call ourselves, to make our views and our points based on fact, and let it make some sense. Let it not just look as if we are making sense and arguing, trying to confuse the Nigerian nation, because our argument is baseless. There's no ground.
All right, thank you, Ego. So thank you. So that will be Ego's comment. Let me bring Baba Akure in quickly because he wants to go do something. So Baba Akure, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I just want to reply back to Igbo very fast before I sign out. Yeah. I'm very sorry. It seems like Igbo does not really know the history of Nigeria very well. I'm very sorry to say it. We should not deceive ourselves. Nigeria don't want to vote for Igbo. I'm still repeating it now because they know that they will break up Nigeria. That is the main reason. It's not that Igbo is not fighting for. It's not that they are not into politics. It is not that they. I can mention at least 1 or 2, 3% that already vying for Nigerian presidency. Do they vote for them? Absolutely not. Because we have this mentality that Igbo is going to break up Nigeria. The same issue of Biafra still lingering in the mind of many elite, so-called elite thief that we call it the elite in Nigeria. That is why they don't want to vote for Igbo. Either you break it, either they vote for them, or they don't vote for them. Is Nigeria not disintegrating right now? I could still remember vividly the time of Atom Izeribe, when he was contesting for president. How many people voted for him? Are we saying that they didn't come out at that time? I think we should just forget. Igbo should go and read the history very well, and look at it, and think and check landscape of what is going on in Nigeria. That is exactly what is going on. They have it in mentality that Igbo is going to break up Nigeria. That is just the fact.
Okay. Baba Akure, I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if they said Igbo, they're gonna break up Nigeria, right? Mm-hmm. But now they said they want to leave. Mm-hmm. So why can't they leave?
Because you are one of those who don't want them to leave.
No, but I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Because of the oil, there is essentially it.
Oil from where?
You know, if the Igbos leave, then Nigeria will break up, and then the Niger Deltans will get their oil fields back. So essentially,
we're still missing the same point. right? I and Alexander contested about this issue the other time.
Okay.
The notion that some part of Nigeria is not going to survive and not kind of just forget about this notion. People will survive. A lot of countries that don't even have the resources that Igbo have, that each state, you cannot tell each state in Nigeria. God bless each state you can talk about in Nigeria.
We have all the resources.
Exactly. So the issue of if some people go, they are not going to succeed. This, that, and that. Let's forget about that notion. Let's forget about that notion. When we get to that bridge, we cross it. That's the point. When we get to that bridge, we cross it. Even with what we have now, can we? What is the benefit? The resources that we have right now. What is the benefit? It is in the hand of just 2% of Nigeria population, while 92 or 98 are suffering. So Igbo should go and read the history of Nigeria very well. It's not issue of that. Igbo is not fighting for presidency and stuff like that. Even you can go from Nnamdi Azikiwe. You go and read the history of Nigeria from Nnamdi Azikiwe. What did they do to him? They made him.
You see, Baba, correct. The simple question is this: if an Igbo person contests for the Nigerian presidency, who is going to vote for him? It's very unlikely that the Yoruba man will, and almost certainly the Northerners will not. So
because
who exactly?
That they are going to break up Nigeria. That is the mentality that Igbo and if you look at my comment there, that is the mentality that Yoruba and Hausa has.
Good.
But now is Nigeria united now?
No.
Exactly. The issue of Igbo is not, even though Igbo is not fighting for president, let's just forget about that. They are not going to vote for them. That's just the fact.
Yeah, that's I think we all know that. All right, Baba, correct. Thank you. Ajanle Koko. I love the name Ajanle Koko. You know, so at least you've come original and authentic. So Ajanle Koko, the floor is yours. Ajanle Koko. Okay. The floor is yours then, engineer. I think Ajanle Koko is not with us at the moment.
Okay. When it comes to June, I will pray every youth to print the picture of every state governor and the president and march forward with it, because it's time to tell them enough is enough. And they need to do, if they can't be able to move the country way forward, so it's time for them to go. And
our Mumu don't do, Abi.
Yeah, exactly. Our Mumu don't do, because enough is enough. If you look at it, since they said nearly 10 years now, I think over 10 years, when this Boko Haram, they start killing people from the north, they're going to the middle belt. Now they're coming to the south. But with the iron hand of Biafra, at least Biafra is controlling that territory now, and also with the help of the Yorubas now. At least there's a way forward to tell them enough is enough. Our Mumu don't do. That's just the truth. And also when it comes to the old leaders like Lai Mohammed, Buhari, IBB, Abdul Salam, all these people, if you look at them, they're over 70. So
most of them even over 80. You know, a lot of them, they lied on their thing to get into the army. Yeah,
obviously. So it's time for them to just step down and allow the country to take its own hand. That's just the truth.
You know something funny, engineer? Sometimes I wonder what these people want. Maybe they just don't have anything else better to do, because we can't say they're after money anymore. I don't think till the world comes to an end, the money that Obasanjo, Buhari, Babangida, Abdul Salami, their families, I don't think they can ever stop finish spending that money. The Abacha
is greed.
So it's not money, and they've already experienced powers. Surely there's some goodness in them to say that, look, let's now let these people go. You know what I mean? It's wickedness. What more do they want?
These people, they have to leave Nigeria. If there's a way for people to chase them out, please, they should chase them out.
Look at when Buhari. Look at how long Buhari has been ruling that country, since he was the governor of the northern region under some was that under Gowon or whatever, or Muritala, and then he became petroleum minister under Obasanjo military regime, and then he became the president of military coup, and then he became the chairman Petroleum Trust Fund Abacha, and then he's now
you see,
what more does he want? What is going on?
My question is, these people, before they come into power,
let my people go.
They promise heaven and earth that they will build road, there will be electricity, there will be schools, government schools. I don't think government schools exist now in Nigeria. That's the level of how things are going.
It always befuddles me when somebody like Buhari says that the state that Nigeria is in is because of previous regimes that were bad. So look at the journey that I've just described to you now. So who is the past regime other than Buhari?
Exactly.
He himself is the past regime.
Think about it now. Lai Mohammed is saying they will do things on the June 12, blah, blah, blah. If they want to do something, with what? Where is the electricity? Come on. How long will these people be deceiving us? Enough is enough. Please and please. June 12. I said it. How many states are coming out to march forward? If there are more than 20-something, they should print the picture of the local government, the Senate in that state, the governor, the vice governor, including the president.
So that they should localize it rather than there's no point shouting Buhari in Ekiti State, because Buhari is not in Ekiti State, but your governor, yes.
They should print all those people pictures out and be asking, what is happening? Where is the light? Where is the road?
Where is the money?
Every month they are being allocated with a bunch of money. Where is the money going to? Come on. It's time. Enough is enough. It's time for everyone to wake up now. It's a wake-up call. And like I said, the good thing they do is to go to Yoruba land and commit atrocity. Now they will see what Nigeria will be.
All right, thank you, engineer. I know you have been trying to say we should always go on a positive direction, but you see how things always go when you hear things like the Igongon and this sort of like a movie that they want to do. So you always end up in this space, but hopefully as we carry on, we'll move to a better place. Good night, engineer. And so Ajanle Koko, are you with us now? Ajanle Koko. Okay, let's go. Let's go to plenty water. Plenty water. Let's hear from you.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
We're well. How are you?
Okay, good. I just want to chip in one or two things. I think it's unfair when we put Nnamdi Kanu in the same sentence with Showore. It's two complete different struggles. Nnamdi's move and what he wants is very clear. Showore registered a party, a political party in Nigeria, and people seem to forget that Showore was the chairman, at the same time the presidential candidate, and if not for the secretary of the party, nobody will know that Showore was also the treasurer, you know, and this is the person everybody's trying to make a messiah of. You know, I think people are now coming out trying to use Nigerians' weakness to hold them hostage and in bondage. Because there are many things Showore have done on camera that it's so shocking that Nigerians are still following him. You know, a good example is Zoom protest that he did. Beautiful people were following him, and he looked into their eyes with arrogance, and he told them that Nigerian police are trying to shut his Zoom meeting, and they're all around the street looking for Zoom Street. he wasn't joking. He said it with a straight face, without caring about the intelligence of his followers. Same in 2015, when he mentioned PDP bribing in Lagos, and he put a full stop there. He said nothing about the other party that controls the NURTW. You know, so when people come on social media and they trying to like praise him, I smile. Because all the facts are on YouTube that they can reset what happened even after 2015 election. He was going from different platforms to another, trying to justify Buhari's winning the election. So I feel it's unfair when you bring in Nnamdi Kanu and bring up Showore. It's two different struggles.
So are you saying in essence, hold on, are you saying in essence that your man from Umahia is greater than Showore? Is that what you are saying by backdoor language?
His view and what he wants is clear. Showore is just dancing and playing on people's intelligence.
So you are saying you are saying that then your man. I take it that you are Ipob. You sound like an Ipob.
No, I'm not even, funny enough, I'm not even Ipob. I'm just saying I'm talking about insincerity.
Are you Biafran? Are you Biafran? Are you Biafran?
I'm a Lagosian.
Of what extraction? What is your ethnicity? What is your inflection?
Yoruba.
What is your root? You are Yoruba?
Yes.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah, like, I'm not even judging on, I'm not judging Nnamdi Kanu based on good or bad. But what he wants is clear. He's not deceiving his own people. There's no track record where you can bring out facts on media that you can bring out like, oh yeah, he's deceiving his people. But when it comes to Showore, it's there. It's there for people to grab. You know.
Well, what do you mean? Hold on. Just to say quickly, there's close to 200 people watching this session at the moment, and which has been consistent all the way through. So if you are not subscribed, then please click on the red button to just make sure that you are subscribed, and the like button as well. So that's the only way that you can show support for the channel. But what are you saying that Nnamdi Kanu has now been caught with impropriety? Uchemefo exposed him, did he not?
Sorry, come again?
No, I was saying, you were saying that Nnamdi Kanu has not been exposed for impropriety, and I was saying Uchemefo exposed him.
Okay, but on his message, he has been consistent.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Good to meet you. So your line is very faint. That's the only reason why I'm letting you go. But good to meet you. Ajanle Koko, we'll try you one more time and then we'll move on. Ajanle Koko, are you with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, just your parting remarks.
Oh, okay. I've listened to this guy that just spoken about Yoruba Showore. I think this guy was just talking what he doesn't know. He's just trying to propagate some lies here about Showore here.
No, well, no, you can't. You can't say that. Hold on. No, you can't say that. He was saying what he knows, but maybe you know differently. No. What you know is different from his. No, you can't. You can't just. But no, speak to what you know. So what do you know contrary to what he has just said? Hello? Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're getting towards the end. Meadowman, let's hear from you. Sorry, have I lost everybody? Meadowman?
Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, I muted you. Yeah, no, I can hear you now. Sorry, carry on. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, I've been on and off. I didn't follow the program through. When I came in, I heard, I think it was Igbo, and then Baba Akure spoke. And I would, there's something Igbo said that I disagree about you too, you agreed with him about Igbos not playing our politics. And that is why Igbo man can never be the president.
Yes, they are not present on the political scene. They are not at the national level.
And there's a reason for that. You know, like Baba Akure said, we know that there is some sort of distrust towards Igbo because of the probably because of the civil, and even it even precedes the civil war itself. But after the Nigerian civil war, that that thing stayed in the minds of the rest of Nigerians towards Igbo, because they want to break up Nigeria and blah blah blah, and you know, and that is why an Igbo man notices that, you know, they are accepted in, you know, fairly accepted in other areas of Nigerian society, but not in politics, not trusted in politics. And we know that, and that is why, exactly why, it becomes like a waste of time.
Would you say the Igbos are insular in their nature, and they only look to themselves and their interest, and they are just too subsumed by being Igbo to be anything else?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think the Igbo adapted to the Nigerian system and the Nigerian, you know, the Nigerian, like I said, the mistrust towards them. That is what they adapted to. That is, I mean, essentially after the Civil War, it was about survival first. Let's survive first. Let's be alive first. Then we can see what the future brings. You know, and today in Nigeria, I still agree with Baba Akure. Today in Nigeria, the way things are, I mean, just look at it. I mean, we have what, tens or maybe hundreds of thousands of foreigners armed, and these people are jobless. Their job is just to kill people. And this is, you know, we cannot condemn the whole of Fulani tribe. No, that would be wrong. But these people are Fulanis, right? So and now imagine an Igbo man becoming a president in that country, or even a Yoruba man, or even the next. Because if the next Fulani man comes,
well, it has to be one or the other, because the power is coming to the south, so it has to be either an Igbo man or a Yoruba man.
So, okay, where would this Igbo man or Yoruba man start from? Where? And I don't agree with you totally. You know, Nigeria is a very funny place, because don't be surprised at the end of the day, another Abdullahi Adamu is the president again from Sokoto State. So I don't know where you're getting that confidence from. That the power is coming down to the south, because these people are not ready to give up power, especially from what is happening in Nigeria today, because they know if they give it up, it will take time for the power to. They will start suffering what more or less the Igbo suffered since the Civil War. That mistrust, that thing, you know, of being sidelined politically, you know. And that is why I don't think they will give up power that easily, because people come here and say, okay, let's protest, let's work towards. I look at the future of Nigeria. It just doesn't look good, man. It just doesn't look good, because let's even agree with you that a Yoruba man or Igbo man becomes president. Where would you start from? How do you disarm these people? These people are armed to it, and do you think they will stop? Because the game starts all over again.
No, but the thing is, if an Igbo man or a Yoruba man becomes president, then at least that person will put up some form of resistance, which we haven't seen in the last 6 years of our Buhari regime. Yeah, not once have we seen a headsman prosecuted. We've not, imagine that for a moment, not once have we seen a headsman prosecuted, but every single day we hear their activity. So it's either the country is completely lacking in any form of our security structure, or they are looking the other way and letting these things carry on. How can it be the case that every single day these people are doing these things and not one has been caught and brought in front of the public to say that this is the one we caught?
I think an Igbo man or a Yoruba man becoming president at this point in time, he will be held hostage by these people.
No, yeah, it's a poisoned chalice. But what do you say? We let them just continue. What is your solution?
Yeah, that is where I tell you I agree with Mr. Baba Akure that we should be focusing. And I'm not, I've never been keen on this thing of breaking up Nigeria, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult for me to imagine how this.
So if we break up Nigeria, these heavily armed Fulani men that you've just told us now are in the forestries, are they just going to pack their guns and go back to Futajalan?
No, they're not going to back up their gun, but then you will have the governor of a state in the southeast or southwest won't come out to say that, I can't arm you because the constitution doesn't allow me. Then you have
a fighting chance.
Yeah, means to fight back. And when a state organized military has always had upper hand, against a militia, So that is where it makes it different. It's not that they will go away. It's not that they will disappear, but they will be there more if we continue one, because the next game will be to make the country more ungovernable. They will say, they were doing this during our brother's time. That is the man in command today. They were doing now. We will make it ungovernable, and they have done that before. They have done that before during Jonathan's time, and this is what they will continue to do.
Yeah, but Nigeria is not going to fall for that again. But thank you, Meadowman. It's just really the pressure of time. So thank you. Let me just bring Sam and this new name now in, and then just get quick soundings from them, and then Maurice can round it off for us. So Ife, just a quick word from you. We were about to start closing down, but just quick words.
Thank you very much for the time you've given me. The whole issue in Nigeria now is of concern to everybody, but I just have a question and I'm trying to see if Nigerians are not paying attention. Are you aware of what's happening in the Sahel?
Which is what?
Are you aware of what's happening in the Sahel?
No, which is what? Which is what? Tell us.
The fight between the Fulanis and Tuaregs and some other tribes.
Well, not fully, but just
okay, let me just
bring us into the picture.
Let me give you a brief picture of what I've read. If you listen to news on BBC, you'll hear that there is fighting, what's it called, Burkina Faso, Mali, blah blah blah. What happened was the Tuaregs fought with
Yes, I heard 100 people got killed.
Yes, thank you.
But bring the picture. Yeah.
So what happened, what's it called, in the Sahel was the Tuaregs fought what's it called, the Fulanis. Of course, we know the Tuaregs are very highly handed people. Even you enter the Sahara on their terms, So for the Fulanis to defend themselves, some of them, joined militias, and most of them joined all these Islamist group. So and recently, Ganduje said the problem in Nigeria is now an ECOWAS problem. If you remember, there was an interview. Ganduje said the problem in Nigeria now is now an ECOWAS problem. So my question is, what we are calling bandits in Nigeria, are they really bandits or terrorists?
Well, they are terrorists. They are terrorists. What we are saying is part of a colonization agenda. This is
so if they are terrorists, and we know that from history, there is always problem when there is terrorist and a counter religious group. Looking at historical records from Trans-Saharan slave trade, what happened to other tribes, Yes. And what we are now seeing now, somebody is telling you that Nigeria belongs to them, that Allah has given them the whole of the country to rule. These are still the same rhetorics that come from what's it called, when Islamic groups are in power.
Yes,
historically, and it's not.
If this is already ongoing conversations, because we are speaking to that space of Fulanization and Islamization, which is essentially what it is.
So now, if they have implemented Sharia in, I think, 12 northern states, do you think there can ever be a political structure that can, what's it called, that can absorb that? Is it possible?
Yeah, but because what we have at the moment, because it's quite displacing, we say that Nigeria is a clash of civilizations. What we have is a two-tier system, or not even two-tier, but like two separate systems. So you have a system that is heavily Sharia-ized, and then you have a system that is secular, all within one country. So the laws that applies to you in, let's say, Enugu, Ekiti, etc., are different from the laws that apply to you in Sokoto, etc., etc. So this is the structure. They are heavily weighted towards religion, and we're heavily weighted towards secularism. So this is where the fault line is, but they are trying to cascade that doctrinal position into the southern regions. Yeah, just recently they were saying they want to introduce Sharia courts in the West.
Western states.
Yes,
right?
And that is part of the constitutional review that they are having. That is actually being discussed at the Senate to introduce Sharia into especially Southwest, because of course the Easterners, they are 90%, 90-something percent Christians. You know, so yeah. So yes, so this is colonization is here and real.
Yeah, so if we want to be sincere with ourselves, if we look at what happened in in countries that have had this religious ethno crisis, there's always bloodshed, and this is what we are seeing now in Nigeria.
Yeah, but that is the culture.
Senators are even saying that the whole problem.
That is the culture, of course. When you're talking about the Tuaregs and the Fulanis, you're talking essentially about a sword-wielding culture, a beheading culture, a culture that leads towards violence.
Exactly.
These are conquerors. That is their whole niche, their whole recent territory is conquest. They are conquering people. So of course,
exactly.
This is where we are.
Yeah. So the question is, if we in the South are not learning lessons from historical records and how people behave, and we are thinking we can mix what cannot be mixed. Recently, they killed Anoba in Ondo State, right?
Hold on. Are you not hearing the agitation for Biafra and Oduduwa Nation?
Yes, I'm hearing the agitation, but the question is, why are people not keen to it? And sorry, I'm from the Southwest.
People are not keen into it. Are you seeing the rallies that Igbo is having? Are you seeing the crowd?
Yes, I'm seeing it, but well, yeah, do you see it coming to fruition? Do you see those agitations coming to fruition?
Well, let me tell you how I see it. The agitation, it was gaining some momentum. In fact, a lot of momentum. So what happened in Igangan is going to radicalize even more people. So that agitation is even going to get even more potency. Then on June 12, when protests start to take place, there will be a sampling of the strength and influence of that agitation, and it will get even more momentum. So the next incident that we have of these Fulanis coming to savage Yoruba land, it will then propel that Oduduwa Nation narrative into almost the level of the Biafran narrative, and then you now have a fervent, united front in the southern region to say that enough is enough. So that is how I see it playing out. But then, of course, that is just me theorizing.
Yeah. I totally buy into your idea, and I pray it works that way. But my fear is there should not be clash of purpose, because in the June 12th too, we have some people who wants to come for Buhari must go, and Nigeria.
But it's not part of the mix, is it not? Buhari must go, Oduduwa must come, Biafra must fall, the zoo must jungle, Silicon Mask, and Jubrila Sudan. All of it is in there.
Yeah. So I think we just have to sensitize ourselves.
You have to come back again, because I like the way you present your position. So a shame that you've come so late into the thing. I would have enjoyed talking to you a lot more, because I think you have a lot more to say. but the pressure of time. On again tomorrow, usually 10:30, 10:35 UK time PM. So just come join us so that I can press you more and you can press me more on this important topic. So that is a new entrant into the mix. Sam, we see you. Sam, you're up.
Yeah. My only problem is, if you look at the history of Nigeria from the beginning, it's been come to my conclusion that it is all the people that fight for the Biafran war are being recycled. I don't know if they will be able to give the Tinubu to rule the country because they don't trust.
Yeah, but time has passed for them, Sam. Time has passed for them. Buhari is 80. Hold on. Time. Who would they give it to? Time has passed for them. They've all had their turn. Buhari is 80 something, and it's the last one of them. Who else is left in there? No, we can't hear you, Sam. Unfortunately.
Look at it from Abacha, Gowon, all these people.
No, sorry, Sam.
It's just anybody but the military, the last military people. Please. I will tomorrow. I know it's too late now. Everybody's out, but tomorrow.
Even your system, we're not hearing you properly. We're not hearing you properly.
You know what? Yeah, because
no. Sorry, Sam. It's late and we can't hear you. So sorry about that, Sam. So Maurice, round it up for us. Maurice, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I lost my internet connection. I don't know why. Maybe,
no, well, we can hear you. So if you can hear us, then we're in business. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this saying that death has its own advantage too. That is, it benefits those who inherit, right? Because when a fool becomes enlightened, the wise man is in trouble. Now, these people, they've been taking us for a fool for a long time, and they had so much respect for us the Northerners, the Fulanis. When I say Northerners, I don't mean Middle Belt. If there's not been any, apart from Gowon, there's not been any like elected president or someone that come from the Middle Belt. So the Fulanis, they have so much respect for the Southern. When I say South, I mean both Southwest and Southeast. That they will tell you openly that this country belongs to them, and they will they have right even to occupy the forest in Yoruba land, that it belongs to the federal government. That's the kind of respect they have. But now, luckily, we're becoming wiser. You see, the only thing we have going for them, we have in common that is going for them, is the disunity. Because of that disunity among the whole South and no lack of trust, that is why you see the tribe. Like I've been listening, you ask the guy, say, who is going to vote for an Igbo man? I have to be honest to you. You are right. Yoruba man, I don't see Yoruba man giving an Igbo man his or her vote, or Yoruba woman. I don't see the Northerners voting for Igbo. Maybe people from South, maybe, but most of them we also not give, because they'll prefer I call them people who are at a ramshackle, So I don't see an Igbo man becoming president. But on the contrary, the Igbo man is also the most detribalized person in this country, because wherever you go in this country, you will see an Igbo man. So I think it will be foolhardy for an Igbo people, Southeasterners, to start clamoring for presidency. It's like carrying coast to Newcastle. a total waste of time. I think the best thing they should do is to demand for their own freedom, to go their separate ways, so they can create their own destiny. I swear to God, if Biafra should come today, I will not spend 6 months in Europe. I'll return home permanently. I know they always make example of there is no there is no way we'll go different without violence. They always use like South Sudan, use Eritrea and Ethiopia. How about they use things like Singapore? They use things like India and Indonesia. All those. Why can't they use them as Czechoslovakia? These are human beings like us. I think if the Yorubas fail to put their foot down, trust me, I'm not saying it because I'm an Igbo man. The Yorubas will never get another chance like this. They will be trampled. Do you know that even after the killing of 50 people in Oyo State, the following day, 3 or 5 people were killed in Kwara State by Fulani herdsmen too? Not in Kwara, and not Kwara. What do you call it? Osho or Ogun State, like that. Kwara is like on a daily basis.
Don't play that politics.
It's not playing politics.
Maurice, the Yorubas are able to do their own permutation. So you know yourself. The Yorubas are not going to be led either by you or anybody. So don't worry about that. Let them focus on their own destiny.
Yeah, the thing I'm telling you is that the Igbos, I know that we have among us a lot of traitors and sellouts. We know that. But majority of the Igbos that have this oneness. But the Yorubas, with all due respect, most of them are like chameleons. You can never know. They are ready to change colors.
No, don't say that either. These are the you always lead me. You always lead me to this space. The Yorubas are. We've had this conversation.
They will betray themselves too. They will betray themselves.
Hold on. We have had this. We cannot have the same conversations every single time.
It's not.
What I've already said to you is that your ways are different from our ways. We operate with stealth and guile.
Yeah,
this is what we do.
But you are the one who said also the Igbos, nobody's going to vote for them, didn't you?
Yeah, but that is also true.
You brought that. Yeah, so why can't I discuss this too?
You are trying to disparage and thinking that you use disparaging terms to corral people into a position that the Yorubas will adopt their own position, whatever anybody thinks or says. So they have that capacity. They always have done.
The only reason the Fulanis are still doing what they're doing today, let's face it, is because of the Yorubas. Okay. You know it. Let's face it.
No. Explain why.
Yorubas. Okay, good.
Because the Yorubas are not charging an AK-47
headlock. Tinubu, AK-47. You don't have to take AK-47. You can wait till God come and save you. And they'll be slaughtering people there. Tinubu was the one that made sure that Yoruba vote went to Buhari. They voted massively, but knowing the type of person he is. So without the Yorubas, the North, they deceive the middle. Even now, the middle belt, I don't see. Do you know? Let me tell you something. There will be no war because the Fulanis are not stupid. I have respect for them. There will be no war because they know if there's any war now, the Fulanis, they know they are on their own. Even the Hausas will turn their guns on them. Because for the Hausas will see it as a chance to recover their land. All these states, Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, all these places are Hausa. They are Hausa, but the Fulanis, just like subdue them, controlling them in their own. The Hausas wants to be free too. So the Fulanis, they don't want war. There will be no war.
So sometimes I find your politics very simplistic. It's just.
Tell me who's going to support them? The middle belt, they're slaughtering the middle belt every day.
No, but the narrative that you're speaking is to your narrative, but it is not to everybody's narrative. You don't know what
it's my belief. It's my belief.
Well, exactly. Well, it's your
It's
belief.
my
So,
belief.
well,
Because
I
I checked the permutation. I checked the permutation. I don't see where the help is coming. The support is gonna go for them. Except who is a natural born traitor or saboteur will support somebody who is slaughtering them. You know. So I don't think the middle belt. I don't think, my own personal opinion, will support them. I don't think the Hausas will support them. I don't believe that the South will support them. I don't believe Southeast is ruled out with zero, no support for them. But the Yorubas, I don't know. You don't know why I'm skeptical about the Yorubas, because you have like 50% of Yorubas are Muslims. Watch most of the people making all these major protests for Oduduwa Republic. Most of them are leading all these things are Christians, not Muslims. The Muslims, the Muslim ones are being sympathetic.
Right, Maurice, in a couple more words, just for
a couple more words, let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not deceive ourselves and walk our way to going our separate ways. It's just as simple as that. Have a very good night. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Maurice. But you know, this is for another day. But I'm very skeptical about the possibility of both Biafra rather and Yoruba Nation, and I feel that come 2023 it's going to peter down. But as I said, a conversation for when we meet again. So thank you very much, Maurice. Always a pleasure. So that is Maurice. You all know Maurice. His politics, but then of course his politics. So that has been the session. We've gone through the. We've chewed the fat, but really arrived not really at any destination, but hopefully as things carry on, we will start to have a real landing point. The landing point, of course, is the way forward for the Nigerian state. Maurice will have it that the country should split up, but then, of course, nobody will disagree, but how and in what form and in what formation. So the devil always in the detail, of course, we all know that. But then, of course, it is those minutiae that we're looking to discuss on this channel. 170 people still with me, so thank you for that. And hopefully you're all subscribed. So it's not just listening and agreeing and disagreeing and thinking is an Igbo hater, is an Igbo lover, and then fluctuating between one extremes to the other. The real participation you can have is in subscribing to the channel. So do that, and once you've done the subscribe, click on that red button, turn it gray, so then you're subscribed. It's just that one click, and then click on the like button as well, just so the videos that can have more reach, and then we have more people in this conversation. So once you've done all two, come into the comment section to come carry this conversation on. So I'll leave you here, carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace. Actually, let me leave you with a holy song. Yeah, so have a bit of a holy.
Another Savior, holy, another Savior,
Well, this is MoBM. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and Ipob families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight. And they were singing out, holy, 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 holy.